Welcome to Talk of the Family, where some families lie, some families steal, some families are fake, and some families are real. But this family, we talk about everything, and that's what we're gonna do tonight. I appreciate y'all coming on tonight. Demar, don't
Hi.
start no shit tonight, Demar.
Me?
Yeah, don't start no shit tonight. All right, cause you was up, you was on it,
I'm
you was on it last week.
gonna be chill.
Don't be chill. I don't believe. Now I got one. I'm gonna give us a warm up as usual. See what y'all thoughts on this.
Pitch. I know she's gonna get out. I'm not doing enough. This is my daughter. If she wanna be grown, she gotta deal with those consequences. So now I'm finna drop her off anywhere. I don't care where I drop her off at. I know she's finna get out my house. I know that for sure. She is going somewhere. I don't care about none of that. And take that phone. Take that phone. I'm taking that phone back. And she only brought a little bit of clothes. So what are you talking about? Man, I don't even know what you're saying right now, and I don't care. This is my household. This is my rules. If she want to get pregnant at 15 years old, then this is what she gonna have to deal with, and this is what you gonna have to go through. You falling the same exact steps as your cousin. You want to be like your cousin, homeless? You want to be like your cousin? Now you gotta wear no shoes. Now you gotta wear no shoes. Man, I don't. Why are you recording me? Why I'm recording you? Because I'm showing other people an example. This is not the way to go. This is not the way to go. I will give you. Man, give my baby my shoes. Correct. Man, give me that phone, man. No, give her her. Give me that phone. Give her her phone. Give me that phone. What you mean? Get her that phone back? No. Give her her phone. No. I'm finna drop her off. Delete all this Instagram stuff. All this is finna get out.
Now we got a question. Yeah, why is pregnancy at a young age normalized in a black household? What's y'all thoughts before y'all get to the question? What's y'all thoughts on the video? I thought it was interesting, and then I was having a conversation with King yesterday about it. So, well, similar, but what's y'all thoughts? Go ahead, Demar.
I think if he was serious and he really put her out, he kind of bogus. Because again, it's still your 15-year-old daughter. You still gotta protect her. And guide her through the process, even though that's not what's ideal and what you want to happen. I could see like if he was just doing it to scare her to kind of get the point across. I can see that tactic, but really actually keep putting her out and leaving her home as if she's 15 and she's pregnant is crazy.
Mm. You sound like King from yesterday. What about you? Did you catch it, Junior Reggie? You want me to play it? Well, I ain't gonna play it again. But basically, a 15-year-old girl got pregnant, and her father was about to kick her out the house, and took her phone, put her ass out, basically, because she's 15 and pregnant. So, what's your thoughts on that?
Wow, that's a lot to take in. I don't know. Uh, I can't put myself in those kinds of shoes because I wouldn't do that to my own daughter. I'd be highly disappointed. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm gonna be very, very disappointed because I'm gonna look at it from the sense of me and my partner. We have done a great job in raising our children, or this one particular person, right? And them going out and then making that conscious decision at that age it's not detrimental, but it's just so disappointing because it feels like us in the black households, we don't educate our children enough about what comes with sex, not having those conversations at all. And I think I didn't catch the video, in its entirety, but it's becoming too normalized to the point because parents don't know what's going on in their own households. They don't want to have those conversations. They think their kid is just though the very best. They think they can do no wrong, not knowing that that they're teenagers and they have these thoughts and they have emotions and they have feelings and they like people. But what happens when you like someone? When you like someone other than just being more than a friend? And I think that's what we feel in black households. We don't have those conversations of what our child's about having sex. So there's dangers to it, but I don't. I think what that guy showed was I think he was a bit too extreme. I think in his mind, he was just too, I think in a way he was just being too irrational, and he should have just sat down with his daughter and just talked about why she did what she did. But no, I don't approve of it. I think it was a bit much.
What's your thoughts, DD?
I agree with Reggie. Like I don't like it, but personally, I was that teenage child who got kicked out when I found out I was pregnant. It's not a good feeling.
Oh, you might dislike my response there. Well, I'm gonna still give it to you.
So your parents wasn't they didn't like it. They didn't like it from the standpoint because you was too young, or they just felt like you had, like most of us, we had bright futures ahead of us, and then now it's at a roadblock now because now you have to attend to this child.
Well, I was raised by my grandparents, so I never really grew up in a household with my biological parents for a while, since maybe like third grade. But I got pregnant my junior year of high school.
Okay.
My granddad, he was more lenient. It was my grandmother who made the experience bad.
So, go ahead.
But my grandmother herself was 14, 15. She was much younger than me when she had my mother and my aunt. But like he said, she took my phone. I was kicked out. She was paying for like my bus fare and all the other stuff to get to school. She like cut me off cold turkey until actually after I had my son. So she found out I was pregnant, and then I didn't move back into the household until maybe a few months after I had my son. That was only because of my granddad. Like he had to sit down and talk to her. So practically almost a whole year went past. I did not talk to her. I did not see her. I didn't have a cell phone. I didn't have nothing. But I think for me personally, it wasn't normalized, but I couldn't have a boyfriend. I couldn't go outside to sit on the front porch. I had to ask to go to the store. Like my grandparents are very strict. So of course I would do what any other child would do, being sneaky and this, that, and the fourth. So that's what happened with my situation personally.
Okay. I'm gonna comment on it. Go ahead, Kenya.
I just feel like that men or parents that do that, I just feel like they ignorant, because at the end of the day, if your child becomes pregnant at that young age, you're still responsible for their child, because that child is still a child. And we act like just because a teenager might make mistakes, because that's really what it is, that we're not responsible for that mistake because they're in your household. You raised them. Like, that's your responsibility. Just because they're a teenager and they're up in age do not give you the right to just say, oh, you want to act grown, so you're grown. I feel like that's what's wrong with the Black community in general, with the Black household, is that soon as a child becomes a teenager, we as parents just hang the child up to dry. And it's like, oh, you're grown, you look grown, you want to act grown, so we're going to treat you like you're grown, instead of really still trying to raise a child. Because at the end of the day, how many parents are really having conversations about sex in the household? If they are, and when a parent find out a person is having sex, the mother ain't gonna do shit but put the child on birth control. And that's if before they get pregnant. I was a teenage parent as well. I got pregnant at 16, and my mama was all for me to get an abortion, but my daddy was kind of more so understanding. It was like, nah, it's up to you, and I'm gonna support you either way, because I was still his child, and he understand that regardless of at the age of 16 or whatever, you still a child and you still make mistakes, and I'm still responsible for you until you old enough to make those, to take care of yourself, in so many words.
Okay.
So I just feel like that's the problem. We ain't having conversations about adulthood. We're not preparing our teenagers for adulthood. People fucking learn on their own. I learned on my own. Like my mama and my daddy did not know I was having sex until I became pregnant. It was the only education I had about sex education was in school, and we already know that is not even real sex education. They only tell you that if you have sex, you have kids. They don't tell you about ovulation. They don't tell you about your period, about missing your period. They don't tell you about none of that, and that's stuff that we need to know as girls and as boys. Because shit, at 16, I was believing the pullout method worked, and we know the fucking pullout method don't work. But that's the misinformation that teenagers talk about amongst themselves.
Okay. Y'all gonna dislike me. Go ahead.
Can I add something real quick?
Go ahead. And
I was
after,
going to say something.
hold
I
on,
was just
Tiki.
going to say,
I
okay.
feel like we
Let him go. Then I'm gonna let you go.
I feel like in black households, when we do have a conversation, it's always more like a fear-based conversation. Like, if you get pregnant, I'm gonna put you out, or like it's never really actually a meaningful conversation with like education. It's more just like, you better not do this, and if you do this, then you're in trouble type of thing. More so than, like Kenya said, or actual knowledge, guidance on how to handle yourself and what to do.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's not like preparation. Like, we only talk about sex after you already having sex, and that's already too fucking late. Cause I got pregnant the first time I had sex. So it's like, come on now.
But
But
that's the thing. Is that an indication of your parents not doing a good job by not having that talk with you? Because if you're a teenager and you understand that if you don't know the whole minutia of what sex is and your parents didn't do that, is that a part of their job as parents that they failed in, that they lacked in, that obviously they should have done better to prevent
yeah. I definitely feel like sex is a part of parenting that I guess people just avoid. Like, I don't know why everybody act like sex is so hard to talk about, even with a preteen when they going through puberty. Like, we don't even talk about the changes in your body. Like, what are you experiencing? We don't talk about before you even thinking about having sex. Those are not conversation. The conversation comes after you already did it, and it's either birth control or if you're pregnant, it's abortion. Like,
right.
Yeah.
Okay. Go ahead, Tiffany. Then y'all probably gonna be mad at me. Well, go ahead, Tiffany.
No, what I was finna say was what Kenya was saying about how they teach us sex at school. And you know, back in the day, they used to give us birth control in high school, and we didn't even have to talk to our parents. They'll have a nurse in the like in a little small clinic in the high school, and they'll ask you, like, if you having sex and you say yeah, they say you want to get on birth control, they get in your man, they give you that shot.
Didn't know that. That's news.
And I don't think that they got it. I don't think that they do it anymore, because maybe they probably got caught. Well, not even getting caught, because you know they was medical perfection, but I don't think they got it in high schools anymore how they did back in the day.
What high school you go to?
I went to DuSable Leadership, and we had a nurse.
And they gave y'all birth control.
Yeah, they gave you an option. Yes.
I ain't gonna lie, that's kind of crazy. I mean, I understand, but it's kind of crazy.
Devon,
that was for if you was too scared to tell your mama that you having sex.
Devon said I guess he said he had the birds and the bees talk, so he kind of shocked that that y'all kind of didn't have with y'all parents. Now this is where I'm about to disagree with y'all, what y'all saying, right? And me and King was talking about this. Here's my thing, right? I understand the whole concept of getting pregnant at a young age. I get it. Shit happens. You know, maybe you got to talk, you didn't get to talk, whatever the case may be. But the problem I have is what come with after you're pregnant. Here's the thing. In black households, you start seeing the girl move in with the motherfucking dude, the baby daddy, at his mama house. The mama is allowing them to sleep in the same motherfucking bed. They living in this motherfucker like they married couple, paying bills. They embrace this shit like it's okay. I mean, they talk about it like it's okay. It's a celebration. So my problem is the effect of afterwards. It's like, that's what I mean by why do we normalize pregnancy at fucking 15? Because then most girls who get pregnant or a lot of girls who get pregnant at 15, 16 years old, because we normalize it, because we like, oh yeah, he can move in with us or she can move in with us, and I got y'all off the bam. Not even a year or two later, she pregnant again. Then we normalize that baby. So now she 2 babies in. Right? Because she's been laying up. She's been fucking in the mama house. The grandma cool with all this shit. So, yeah, I get y'all. You get pregnant at a young age. But the problem is, why do parents, mothers, whoever, normalize the shit to where now you see the girl got 2, 3 kids. Ain't got her shit together. Ain't moved out the house. The nigga still living there. He in there. We see this shit on a regular basis. Even within my own sisters, it happened. So my thing is, that's a problem for me. That's a huge problem with a fucking 15, 16-year-old getting pregnant, and we normalize it to the point where it keep happening. Go ahead.
What's your solution then? How would you handle the situation different? Like,
I'll be honest with you. And Kenya's, I told Kenya I'll wait on the podcast to get my truth, and I have a daughter, but a part of me will want to kick her ass. I'm gonna be honest with you because I can't see, because I even asked Kenya yesterday. I was like, well, what if she get pregnant? God forbid that don't happen to my daughter. But now the nigga need to move in because his parents to put him the fuck out. Or matter of fact, no, I reversed. I said, what? We got a 12-year-old son. I said, what if our 12-year-old son get older, he get a girl pregnant, and her parents kick her out? Now what do? Do we gotta, now she moves in with us because now that's okay in the behavior? He fucking in the house. She get pregnant the second time possibility. Like it becomes
But
normal.
not to cut you off, but those type of households are the women that's hoes. They fuck all the time and they have different type of babies. Those type of households. That was
That's definitely not
I
the
hope you don't
norm.
believe what you just said.
I
hope you don't believe what you just said. It sounds ridiculous in the way.
Extreme as hell.
No,
That is not the damn
but I'm
norm.
telling you, that's the real shit. Like those are the type of households that'll say, okay, she 15 years old, let the boyfriend come. Them the type of households where they have multiple children back to back, and everybody just cool with it.
That's a lot of,
and it's toxic, and that's a
lot
toxic
of households. That's a lot of households.
It's a majority of households, but not a lot.
That's not the majority of households, because it's a lot of women that got pregnant at a young age and had to get it on their own. So don't sit there and say that's a norm. It's a lot of teenage mothers that got kicked the fuck out when they had that baby and they had to figure that shit out on their own. So don't sit there.
Yeah, that's household. Right, that household is different.
What does the parents do? Because if you just said that if Jamal got a girl pregnant, right? Obviously, you and Ramal, y'all gonna talk to the parents of the girl that
if she got to move in our fucking house.
But what if she? What if he wants to move in with them?
It's about the. It's still the situation. You still got to handle the situation.
It's about the interest of the child. It's still your child. It's your responsibility.
Exactly.
It could be a teachable moment though. As far as
one mic, Reggie. Hold on.
Go ahead, Reggie.
Go ahead, because I cut you off. Go ahead. Then you go ahead, Jamal. And then you can go ahead, Reggie. You on mute?
No, I mean he can go ahead. He can finish.
No, go ahead, Jamal. Then what you were saying?
I was finna say to your example of like, what if your son get a girl pregnant and then her parents kick her out, then what to do? I mean, I feel like that could be a conversation with her, like with him and her, like about maybe getting on birth control if they're gonna move in together. Like if you're gonna bring the kid in the home and like this, I mean, it's different. It's a lot of different other options besides like y'all did something wrong and like get out and we washing our hands with you. Because I feel like that's not really in the best interest. They're gonna just resent you, and also putting a pregnant teenager out and making them have to figure it out is more trauma. It's a lot of trauma.
But what is the ideal situation? Either he gonna move in with her, or she gonna move in with them, or you gonna be like y'all two in separate places, and then one of y'all gonna have a baby on, y'all go switch and trade off. Because what's the ideal situation for that?
There's really no ideal. It's not an ideal situation, so there's not gonna be an ideal solution. It's what can we do to, one, make sure this don't happen again. You don't have more kids, but also get this kid that's gonna come into the world a good.
It sounds like y'all gonna be raising the baby along with raising him.
I mean, that's actually the situation. You have to finish raising. You have to finish raising your kid, and they also help them start to raise their kid. I mean, of course, you got to get a job. Of course, you got to get a job. But like,
who's gonna be watching?
This is too complicated.
But nowadays you got to be 21 and older to get an apartment.
Put the apartment in your name.
Back then, you was like able to get an apartment, like I think at the age of 18. But now it's like 21 and older for a lot of stuff.
The fact, see, this is my thing. I like the fact that y'all, I never take away, y'all opinions, but we gotta be realistic. I'm not saying this shit is across the motherfucking United States type shit, but in the black community, I grew up around this. The neighbors down the street, females was doing it. I grew up in the hood where this was a consistent thing in households, where fucking girls were getting pregnant and either the mother kick her out, and so the baby daddy mother let her move with them. They shacked up like they fucking married. She get pregnant again. She could now the baby mama and the baby daddy get into. I mean, the baby mama and the motherfucking baby daddy and that bitch fighting. The grandma and the baby mama get into it. So she put her ass. I've seen this shit on a consistent fucking basis where we normalize shacking up and fucking. Let's be real here. If my son got pregnant, I said pregnant. Lord Jesus. If my son got a girl pregnant, I'm at work. I work 14-hour fucking shifts. Can you work? We can't keep no motherfucking eye on him. He come home before all of us. So if a girl move in, I don't know what the fuck they doing in my house.
But the work.
But then you just say a part of you wants.
Who's to say you don't want to get on birth control?
But then you say a part of you wants to kick them out. So what happens if you do? That's out of your hands now because you don't have anything to do with it.
But I
don't want to normalize it. I don't want motherfuckers shacking up in my shit.
Of course it's not normalized. Of course it's not normalized. But I'm just saying that's the alternative. You just say there's a part of you that wants to kick him out. So if you do, you know he's not gonna make it. You know it. He's young. He doesn't have that experience. He hasn't been out there. He made a poor choice. But by you saying there's a part of you want to kick him out and you wash your hands of it, you know he's not gonna make it. You know he's not gonna be able to take care of that baby, even with that type of mental capacity. He doesn't have that type of experience, so he's gonna need help. But if you're not gonna offer it to him, what's gonna happen to him?
And part of it is your fault because it's your kid. So.
But also too, I think y'all forgetting about if these situations he giving them out, the girl was bound to be pregnant because she growing up in dysfunction. What else did you think she was gonna do? If you sitting there saying that the household, the mama letting them in, they just fucking, it's like, how did you think that it was gonna turn out anyway?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like you can't not ignore it, like act like this can't happen, and then when it does happen, be disappointed when you didn't offer any guidance before. So I feel like the thing to stop this and stop normalizing is actually having those conversations about sex and having relationships and getting pregnant and all of those things before they get to the age of fucking. Once they start fucking, they're not gonna stop.
No, but that's the thing.
No, they're not really gonna listen to you if they can't really. If you're not really if it's always been like a taboo to talk about. So then now you're trying to give me advice, and I've already down this journey. They're probably not gonna listen.
I'm still gonna. I'm gonna disagree with you on that one.
Females,
I'm still gonna be disappointed.
A girl that go out here and get. I'm being real. Not all. I would never say all. So I'm never gonna categorize all females. But a lot of women, or a lot of women that go out here and get pregnant at 15, 16 years, they ain't listening to no motherfucking body. They ain't listening to dude mama. They ain't listening to her. She ain't listening to her own mom. They don't give a fuck. I'm
finna hit you with your own shit. I'm sorry to cut you. I'm finna hit you with your own shit. You've been saying on this panel for the past months or whatever that man is supposed to be in control of his seed. If we want to sit here and talk about teenage pregnancy, it starts with the fucking boy and men actually being fathers and training up their boys about protecting their seed and having discipline. So we could always sit there and say a girl ain't gonna listen and this, that, and the third, but she wouldn't even be in a position to get pregnant if a man being a father was teaching his son about his seed and the importance of it and about abstaining from sex before marriage and all that other bullshit. You want to always say men, they got to protect their seed. We got to hold them accountable. Start holding boys accountable to be men. How the fuck you gonna expect a man? What about the mama not teaching the daughter about
the same thing?
Exactly.
What about the opposite end? What about I was agreeing with you. You can't. It's not the dad's fault.
On both parts. I'm sitting there saying on both parts. But I'm saying he always say the man he's supposed to be responsible when it's when that first podcast episode. Who fault is it first? You said it's the man's fault. So if it's the man's fault, we need to start holding raising the boys up right and telling them that they need to protect their seed. And you wouldn't be in a position to get any girl pregnant if you was teaching your son how to protect his seed.
Look, I both
50-50 responsibility.
Right, both parties are wrong, male or female. And yes, you are absolutely right. I always say that in my opinion, it's man's fault first because he has a seed that he should be taught how to, like you said, how to fucking protect it and how discipline and all that before he even crossed the street to talk to a fucking female. Right, he should know right off the bat if you want kids or not, and all of that shit. Right, but again, he still got to get permission from the woman to enter into her womb, and she then at that point has to say so on whether she wants to have a baby or not at 15, 16 years old. And I'm not sitting here saying that there are not 15-year-old, 16-year-old girls that didn't handle their business and step up to the plate and do what they had to do. It's a lot of women out here that did. I'm just simply talking about the normalness of it repeating itself when a girl get pregnant or the dude get a girl pregnant, and it becomes a shacking thing. It becomes a fucking a repeating cycle where she's pregnant again, and you know the back and forth trauma between the household, like all of that shit. I grew up seeing that shit in different households, including in my own, with my own sisters. This is something I grew up seeing.
So you think that could be normal in a 2-parent household or a 1-parent household? Because I would doubt that the father would want the guy to move in that impregnated that daughter.
I don't think.
I mean,
look, I'm not saying. Look, I got a 4-year-old daughter. She's gonna be 15, 16 sooner or later. I'm not sitting here saying that a part of me don't want to embrace and make sure she's straight. But then the other part, I'm just being real with y'all. The other part of me would be like, get the fuck out. Now I'm not saying I would kick out. I'm saying that's a little bit of how I feel. Like, you did this shit on your own. You know better.
So you're disappointed. Just like I'm saying, you're disappointed.
Yeah, go ahead, Nene.
You're basically disappointed.
Chew a motherfucker up. Go ahead.
I mean, I get the whole disappointment, but a lot of people don't understand that it causes trauma initially. Mm-hmm. Like, y'all not thinking 14, 15, maybe 16. Oh my God, I'm pregnant. I got a child growing inside of me. Now I have to grow up before it is I even thought about even mentally growing up. It's not rule books on how to be a parent or anything. So a lot of these girls don't and cannot turn to their parents who's kicking them out on how to be a parent. Because now mentally I have to think about myself, my seed, and everything else. So a lot of people don't seem to understand it. For a woman to carry a child, she's basically giving up her life to give birth. And even though a lot of parents like, oh, I'm going to kick them out, but you think abortion is cool too? How? Because that's traumatic as well. Like, that experience for certain girls is traumatic. Or how about the women or the girls who are getting pregnant or because of rape and this, that, and the other, now the parent kicking them out and they think it's because of a boyfriend, and it's not. It could be from their father. It could be from a cousin or somebody else on the street. And now you kicking this person out because you're 15, you're 16, and I don't like it. I'm disappointed. But now once as a parent, are you consoling first? 2, you're not being understanding. And 3, you're not understanding the circumstances. Like, it can happen to any person and it can happen at any time. You know what I'm saying? It's certain stories I've read, girls are getting pregnant at 11. You know what I'm saying? And different cultures and things of that sort of nature. Like, I think for Black people, we always like, well, I'm disappointed. Get the fuck up out my house. Da, 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 da. You not living the way I want you to. Get a job, this, that, and the fourth. But you like, damn. All I was doing was trying to have a little fucking. I didn't think a baby's gonna come out of it. I'm just saying, let's just be real.
I'm gonna be. I didn't say I'm gonna kick you out. I'm just saying I'm gonna be disappointed. I'm still keeping the house, but I'm gonna be very disappointed.
I mean, I know for me, my personal experience, I know my grandmother was disappointed, but because she was so disappointed, that motherfucker was so disappointed. She said, "Get your shit, get the fuck out of my house, you hoe." That's exactly what that woman told me. I went from being a grandchild to a hoe.
Let me ask you this. Let me ask you and King of this. Did y'all not know better before laying down and having sex? Did y'all not know? Did y'all not know what happened? Did y'all not? I mean, I'm saying, did y'all? Because look, you don't need the fucking down, fucking in the dirt details of what the fuck sex is. You know, like if the school told you sex is getting pregnant, that should be enough for you to know that if you go out here and you fucking have sex, you can get pregnant. So you trying to tell me y'all ain't know better? Y'all ain't know what y'all was doing.
I didn't know better because, like King has said, they're not discussing with us about ovulation and things of that sort of nature. You know what I'm saying? Like, I did not learn honestly until like the 14 days and this, that, and the other of your ovulation period until I was practically damn near adult. Mm-hmm. And when I say adult, like 20s, and that's when it was consulted with me, and the doctor was like, "You need to get a calendar." 14, 15, having your first period, first of all, you're terrified. Don't know where the fuck this blood is coming from. You might have menstrual cramps, all type shit. And you got to remember, we all still going through puberty and all types of other shit. I mean, it's a lot of shit just going on at this present time. And then to add a baby on top of it. Like, come on now. Now, I don't know about the pullout. I didn't know nothing about that pullout method or anything until I got older too. I'm going to just say, I know I got pregnant because the motherfucker didn't pull out. But let me tell you. I know my situation, but I'm saying like, but you can't just talk about having sex and having babies because STDs are involved. How many parents are having that conversation about AIDS, gonorrhea, syphilis, chlamydia? Nobody. Crabs. Nobody's discussing that. We can't just focus on the fact of sex. Oh, and then it's pregnancy. You can have sex, pregnancy, and have chlamydia at the same damn time, giving birth to a child.
No, look. I'm not saying. Look, I'm not saying I would kick my daughter out because she came home and said she was pregnant. What I'm saying is, if she came home pregnant, we're going to do this thing together. But if she came in my house trying to move her baby daddy in, trying to normalize being pregnant in my motherfucking household, because the way I am.
But Romel, before you do that, would you give her an option of having an abortion before you take it too far and do all that?
I've always had the mindset that it's a woman's body, woman's choice. You do what you want, and I'm gonna rock with my daughter all the way. I'm rocking with my daughter. I love my daughter all the way. I'm simply saying that if she got pregnant and then tried to move a nigga in, and now she want to play house in this bitch, you got me fucked up. At that point, nigga, you
want your grandkid to grow up in a one parent household?
Ain't no another 15-year-old little nigga moving in my shit.
What about their daddy though?
I don't give a fuck. Fuck they did.
You don't think that you fuck they daddy now? You don't think a kid. So now, if you was in that situation, you a 15-year-old boy,
but you would have to meet their parents too. You would have to meet the guy parents and where he come from.
Is the guy
parents. That's what I'm saying, but it's still your grandkid at the same time. So like, I know however you gonna feel your emotions and your house and all that stuff. You got to put that to the side because
that's being selfish. That's being selfish.
But your grandkid gonna grow up without their father.
Right.
Without their father in the house when they could be. I'm just saying.
So you telling me your daughter God forbid she get pregnant at 15 years old, and the mother her baby daddy parents kick his ass the fuck out. You letting the motherfucker shack up in your shit.
I don't know what I'm gonna do. I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. I probably tell the nigga fuck off. I probably make both of them. I might get them their own little apartment. I don't know what I do, bro. I do not know.
But
I don't know, bro. I don't know what I would do.
Hold on, Reggie.
But I would have to consider all of those things. That's what I'm asking, because like I'm thinking about like, all right, the trauma thing is to say, all right, fuck them and be done with it and like have less culpability as possible, but you're still affecting your grandkid.
I get what you said, but I get what you said. I just want you to all y'all to really think.
It sounds crazy.
You gonna have a motherfucker stacked up in your shit.
But ain't you the same one that
what's the other option though?
Nobody to be a baby mama though. So you basically signing your daughter up to be a baby mama if you sit
there and motherfucker up to be a baby mama.
I ain't gonna lie. Now that I think about it, I probably have a nigga over it all the time. Hey, bro, this your kid. Y'all finna raise this kid type thing. Versus me saying, no, I don't want no little nigga in my crib. Woo, come here.
What if he
you gotta help teach that nigga.
What if he say fuck you? What if he say, nigga, fuck you? You ain't my daddy. I ain't doing shit.
Beat that nigga.
Oh, now you want to whoop his ass.
But you sitting there thinking about extremes. I feel like the problem too. We got to get back to. Let's go back. Our grandparents and our grandma mamas, them motherfuckers getting pregnant at 15, 14 with our granddaddies and having 10, 7 fucking kids. And that was the same thing. So it's not even like, oh, it's so normalized. This is the fucking norm. They've been doing it for years. And we just continuously doing it. Now it's frowned upon because now we're not holding a man accountable. It's always on the girl. It's
bro, you know what I think, bro. You know what I think. I think, bro, I think you guys, you and Kenya, y'all seem like pretty understanding parents. Y'all are good parents. I'm of the mindset that if something like that was to occur with Jamal or Riley, I think y'all will embrace her. I think y'all will embrace them and keep them in the crib, and y'all will have the possibility, open possibility of having the guy or the girl move in.
No. Listen, Kenya, you're right. Kenya said that. She admitted it that nigga could move in and the motherfucker female.
But no, wait, no, you making it sound worse than it was. I said as the parent, you're going to be responsible for that child, and it's up to you to bring them up to speed and holding them accountable, saying, I'm going to help you now, but this is your child. This is your responsibility. But I'm not going to hang you to dry. I'm not going to kick you out. I'm still going to support you until you're able to support yourself.
That's fine, but
gonna leave. Ain't nobody little nigga finna get my daughter pregnant, bro, and I just be so upset that I let that nigga just go away.
Exactly. You gotta
if he don't have any involvement in this, that nigga gonna go play football, go play basketball, go do some other shit. He gonna be gone, and now my daughter just gonna be stuck with raising his kid.
Yeah. But realistically, I, again, from experience of seeing with my own eyeballs, when you're 15, 16 years old, male or female, who and y'all didn't got pregnant. You're rebellious at that age. You ain't trying to hit no motherfucking rules. Like if the boy was to come to my house, he ain't trying to hit no motherfucking rules. He ain't trying to hear shit I got to say. He, if anything, gonna be going behind my back saying "fuck you, nigga." I ain't following shit.
I don't necessarily. Think
I've seen it. I've seen it.
I mean, it can happen, but that.
Let me give you an example. Let me give you an example.
Chance if he gonna be like that, depending on how he was raised. But like,
Come on,
I don't
man.
think he
Let's just
necessarily
give you an
say fuck you.
Just let me give you an
Especially
example.
over him.
Let me give you an example. I'm gonna give an example. My cousin Kevin. I hope he'll be mad I tell this story.
Bro, you keep telling people names. Stop saying their name.
All right, my cousin. I'm just gonna say my cousin. His ass.
We're gonna say he allegedly.
He moved. Now this facts. Fuck that. He ain't gonna sue me. He moved in with his mama and his girl, who wasn't even. And his girl had a baby. Wasn't even his baby, but because he was with her and she ain't had nowhere to go, my auntie allowed him and her to move in her shit and move in the basement. His girl was motherfucking disrespectful to my auntie and my auntie motherfucking house.
Yeah, because that ain't her baby daddy. It's just what y'all talking about? Yeah, she look how she with this nigga, act like he's this kid. Like, no, she wasn't raised right. Of course she gonna be a little disrespectful. Get that little bitch out the crib. She crazy to the motherfucker.
Oh, but
he knew that bitch from
He
disrespectful.
crazy
That's why he
too.
tried to be slick.
Come on, man. Listen,
He already knew what it was.
Business, bro. Break up with her. His mom's, hey, break up with that girl. That ain't your baby. You ain't finna be no stepdaddy and no 15, 16, bro. Go. Look,
I'm a good father, but I am not gonna negate the fact that there's a good chance that my fucking daughter will not be attracted to a man like me. That she might motherfucker go out here and go get her a roughneck, and this nigga ain't shit. I've seen that a lot of times. Women at them young ages, they are not a fucking attracted. They don't even go get the guy that they did that mimics the daddy. They go get a nigga the whole total opposite. So then what? What I do? She go out here and go get a motherfucking roughneck.
No, I'm a beat. No matter what he is.
No, I'm not scared. I'm saying, what if she go get a roughneck who literally then I'm trying to be this concerned father, like, oh, come welcome my son. You could move in with me and my wife, and we'll help you guys out. But this nigga motherfucking my shit trying to terrorize my shit. Now I gotta have my older son with me.
But you forgetting it
But
still.
like
You're as a parent.
Respecting, like
it's about an environment too. If you ain't got your child in that environment, how the fuck she gonna find a roughneck that's gonna say fuck you? It's about you as a parent holding that responsibility, putting her in the best position.
Women find roughnecks like
in those situations.
Yeah, like birds.
But if you think realistically. But if you think realistically, y'all in a good position, man. Y'all in a great neighborhood. Y'all in a good school. So chances are y'all kids won't be in that type of situation. Won't be in those type of situations.
We only 30 minutes away from the fucking hood. 30, 40 minutes.
Who she gonna go with?
I mean, realistically, she
never know who she meet.
Date somebody you don't like. But they don't necessarily mean that she's gonna get pregnant by him and you got to move her in.
Exactly. That's when you, as a parent, supposed to have conversations with her and tell her about protecting herself, about safe
and
sex.
You should be knowing about her whereabouts. You should be knowing where she's going, who she's with, and also you should be knowing all that.
Listen, in today's society, I told y'all the story is, and what I've seen, young women and males are not fucking. They're not teachable. They ain't trying to hit shit, especially
that's
if they
not true. You was a young male.
Generations have changed.
Exactly.
It's about their upbringing, though. It's not just because they're younger, they're not gonna be right.
And nowadays we can track our kids' phones.
What the hell?
Even when they location. Back then, motherfuckers couldn't be.
That's what I'm saying. Generations have changed. Things have changed.
These kids are way rougher than us.
No, I think they getting a picture though. Because shit, like
what you mean?
Teenage they grew up watching Teen Mom and shit. They
really be 100%. It has decreased.
That shit don't work, Damon.
It do, bro. They not trying to get pregnant. They trying to. Yeah, Sexy Red kind of like did just make me get.
Come on, man.
My bad, Big Sexy.
Did kind of like that's impersonating.
I think a lot of like how
Sexy Reds, they want to be motherfucking Shekinah with the good hair, whatever fuck her name is.
But they don't want no damn kids. They want to pop their pussy. They ain't trying to have no kids though.
Yeah, they trying to be peas.
But in that situation, the video that you showed though was the importance of having a village though, man. You really need a village, straight up. And y'all need to. And at the end of the day, y'all have to be the parents that says that we know when we're not gonna kick our kid out, we gonna be there for her. Y'all gotta be the village for her because she does even when you thought she knew better and she didn't know any better when she made that decision. Y'all just can't leave that leave your baby out there to dry. So y'all have to be the village.
I never said I would listen. I love my daughter. That is my motherfucking nigga. That's my dog. I'm never kicking my daughter out. I'm simply saying, but I'm human. There's gonna be a part of me. Whether I'm not gonna say this to her, but there's gonna be a part of me that want to be like, get the fuck out of my house. I'm not gonna say that to her, but that is a feeling that I'm gonna have. Like, you dumb motherfucker, you that went out here and popped your goddamn cherry and got pregnant, you stupid mother. Yeah, I'm gonna have all those feelings. Will I say that to her? No, I'm not. But I'm gonna feel that shit. I'm human. Who ain't gonna feel that shit? Like, why the fuck would you do that? Because I know naturally that responsibility, that shit falls on me. I'm trying to get to my kids being grown. I can go walk, I can go do me. Now I gotta sit here and raise my motherfucking grandkids.
That's the problem with the black community now. Motherfuckers don't know how to play their position. If you become a fucking grandparent, you're supposed to be a goddamn grandparent. Like, your life is over with. When you had that child, you signed up for it.
Ain't gonna be no grandma. I'm gonna be a whole parent. My daughter 15. She can't legally work. I'm buying diapers. I'm trying to get
be financed. That's a lie, because yes,
she can 15, bro.
Work.
She can work at 15, bro.
You said what? Yeah, she gotta have a permit.
Get her a little babysitting job so she can watch her kid and their kids and just like, two birds, one stone.
All types of other things. They could work.
Man, y'all tripping. They told us to get her babysitter job. She watch.
Yeah, she babysit. She watch her kid and their kid. She make money and she learn how to be a parent.
Listen, all I know is I pray to my daughter it don't never happen because I didn't want to wring her neck. I can't deal with it. I don't want to deal with it. I just don't. But I will step up to the plate because that's just who I am as a person. I ain't never gonna kick my daughter out and say fuck her. So as a human being, I'm gonna step up. But I don't know about the baby daddy. I'm gonna be honest with you. Ain't no shagging up. You come visit. You sit on the porch.
Hey, that little nigga. I'm gonna schedule. Hey, bro, you over
right? Schedule.
Where you at?
Come on.
That y'all gotta go to school. Hey, who wants to say babysitter? Like,
right.
Hey, I'm on this age.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Schedule visitations and shit.
I'm gonna be on this edge. You ain't gonna go nowhere, little nigga.
Okay. You better not go up the motherfucking stairs. That's all I'm saying, man. I just feel like I understand that the circumstance of a young lady getting pregnant. It happens in all different ways. I don't think a 15-year-old was walking out the house saying, I want to fucking get pregnant. I think it just happens, right? I'm just saying the after effect with the shacking up and the repeated cycle of it being okay, where the grandparents are making it okay in the daughter's head or the son's head to fucking keep doing the same shit, because I don't want to look up and my motherfucking daughter is working on her second baby and I'm like, what the fuck? You know what I'm saying? So it's like that's all I'm saying. I don't want to normalize that in my household where my daughter think it's okay. You know what I'm saying? So I think that's where we need to stop doing. We need to stop normalizing. I mean, I don't know the solution, right? I don't know how to solve it, but I feel like we definitely need to figure that out and stop normalizing shacking up at 15, 16 years old and repeating the cycle again.
I feel like there's a lot of uncomfortable conversations that we as people need to have with our kids. I mean, I feel like the same way about people going to jail. Like if they go to jail and you make it easy for them every time they go to jail, you get to bail them out, they're going to keep going to jail.
Exactly. See what I'm saying?
Like they ain't no actual repercussions besides, I mean, there is, but like your family going to be there. They're going to send you money. You ain't got to pay no bills. You really don't got no responsibilities as a grown man. And then your family bailing you out and taking care of you while you're in jail. Like, and you just keep doing it over and over and over again. That's also something we normalize.
Exactly. So that's what I'm saying. It's just when I don't believe in repeat, and can you tell y'all this? I do not believe in repeating the same mistakes because I'm just not set up like that. So even for my kids, I get it, you make a mistake, but I don't believe in that you repeating that same shit over and over. At that point, I got a problem with you continue to do the same shit, and I don't know how I'm gonna react. So, but we're gonna move on to the next subject, man. Y'all tripping. Moving your kid, the baby daddy in. What about, I'm gonna play this video. Okay, I know one thing. I'm gonna go get me a motherfucking she shed. You move that nigga in our house, I'm gonna give me a she shed. And
what you gonna do? You making it seem as if you gonna be like, man, F them, they gonna, like, you gotta think about your grandchild at the end of the day. in the best case scenario to help them grow up for the
Ain't
interest
no
of the child.
shacking up in my house. If my son go get a girl pregnant, she cannot shack up in our house. She got to.
But of course, even if they move in, y'all not sleeping in the same bed. We ain't doing that. You got this little area. You got the air mattress. You cool. You got a pit. If I catch y'all run, we got cameras. I'ma see.
Get them bunk beds.
But we all gonna be at the same dinner
Get them
table.
bunk beds.
I know that for sure.
Exactly.
We gonna be at the same dinner table. So whether you like them or not,
Now,
you
I'm
gonna
gonna
be eating
move
your
baby
food.
daddy.
Exactly. When we leave, everybody leave. Y'all ain't staying up in here. No, everybody
That's
gotta go to school. Shit,
That's
do
so
something.
inconvenient though. Like
You
how you
need to-
go make sure they
you need to-
leave, y'all leave.
You got to. Give
You
me
ain't
them-
gonna have no key. You gotta wait on me because
wait.
I can't trust you. The fuck.
What if they with the baby? They gotta get in the house. It's cold outside. Burr.
Oh! I didn't. Wow, that's
I picked-
interesting.
You said burr.
Wait a minute, sis. That's interesting. You're not giving him a key. That's interesting.
Yeah, that's interesting though. Like, what if he got the baby?
I'll pick my baby up. I'll pick my grandbaby up.
Y'all
What
got a
if you on
car,
the
sit in the
road?
car.
What if you on the road?
Nah, I don't do the
Ooh,
road
interesting.
shit no more. I'm local now. So
Somebody will be in the
I'll down
house.
the street.
Or shit, Brian, Jamal, your other siblings, they in the house. Y'all better sit in my living room.
And Jamal, he ain't gonna play that
In the
shit.
living
He already
room
set
with
up
the
like that.
baby.
Now my
That
oldest,
key thing is a bit that's harsh. I
Yeah.
agree with it. It's a bit harsh.
Now, it
That's
is the
crazy.
same. I'm gonna say this though, and then we're gonna go to the next one. It did say I seen something that said if you not what did he say? If you don't raise your kids. No, he said if you raise your kids, you won't have to raise your grandkids. But if you don't raise your kids, you're gonna end up raising your grandkids. So I'm gonna raise my goddamn kids. So possibility I don't have to raise my grandkids. And it could be a choice of my own to go get them and pick them up and deal with their ass. Now, next subject, we're gonna go to this one and see what y'all thoughts on. Now, this is a 2-week-old video, but it's not the video, it's more so the question. I want to see what y'all thoughts are.
Have you ever woke up with a roach on your face?
No, that's not the goal.
All right, then. Some man goes.
Or in your ear.
I don't know what you're talking
I
about.
had some niggas in the neighborhood with me that woke up with roaches in their face.
roach in your ear?
Y'all want to go to the bando in my neighborhood? Do y'all want to go to the bando? Do y'all want to go to the bando? To make him look better, he say shit he know not true. Silver spoon, I ain't never ate with that day a day in my life.
Nigga, you did have a silver spoon.
Look, Tip used to have to come to my grandma's house because I'm getting in the
You
fight.
cried like a baby to go to your grandmama's
Every
house.
day.
You used to hold your breath
Every
and
day.
throw tantrums to go over there.
Neighborhood. I don't want to be in these gates. I want to be outside in the neighborhood. That's why I want to be over there. But they don't understand
No,
that.
I'm gonna tell you the reason why he want to be over there. Y'all ready? Cause he can suck and pacify over there till he was 12 years old. He was sucking pacify till he was 12 years old. He couldn't do that in the house.
You cried like a baby. Hold your breath.
Yeah.
They trying to say I was over there trying to suck a passy, but they ain't gonna.
So my question is, why do people, and I got a story for this. Why do people with money want to be from the hood? I don't understand this. Now I'll give my disclaimer, my example. I'm from the motherfucking Robert Taylor Projects, the gutter, when they was up. I was born and raised there. Know what pissy hallways smell like, pissy elevators. Elevator broke, you got to walk up the motherfucking stairs, eating crackers, peanut butter jelly crackers, cheese crackers. No food. That's what I come from. And my mindset was, I wish I was the fuck out of there. But fast forward, I know a person that I went to school with personally. I ain't gonna say his name because the mom be on my ass with that. But he literally, we got close as friends. He come from a silver spoon. I'm talking about mama was a motherfucking nurse, doctor, some shit like that. Motherfucker standing, his mama got a townhouse. Motherfucker, his daddy hired us to his daddy owned a landscaping business, motherfucking construction business, and big ass houses. His daddy owned all that. So we come from money. Went to the same high school together, and he was his mentality, his demeanor was if he was acting as if he come from what I come from. And I never asked him this, but I could never understand why you want the pissy hallways. Why you want the broken elevator? Why you want to come to school? And I'm talking about this motherfucker will come to school, then the car break down, he get a whole nother car. Literally, like that.
Who?
I could never say that. But I could never. I respect him, but I could never understand why his demeanor and his act, his whole mindset was like he came off like he wanted the pissy hallways.
I think I
Meanwhile,
know who you're talking about.
you probably know, but meanwhile, I'm like, I want to get the fuck out of this. So when I meet his daddy, I wish I used to meet people that had more than me and wish and fucking dream I was in their shoes. So my question to y'all is, why do people with money want to be from the fucking hood? Because I come from it, and that shit is bogus as hell. I don't want it. So what's y'all thoughts? We're gonna go with you, Kenya.
I don't necessarily think that they want the hood. I think it's more so the connection about it. Because at the end of the day, if they in the same vicinity as you, they want to relate to in some type of way. And they can't necessarily relate with the good shit they got because you ain't got it. So the only thing we can relate about is the fucking the hood shit. So I feel like it's them just trying to get attention and trying to find ways to relate. But off that video with T.I. Tiny and his son, I feel like they another example of parents that don't want to take responsibility that y'all fucked up a child. Like parents think just because you have money that you can't fuck up a child. And y'all fucked up that child. And y'all think just because y'all had money that's the reason why he acting out. That boy lost, and it's some deep down inside that's fucked up with him. And the only thing they can say is that you was taken care of, so you shouldn't be acting like this. And that's the problem with parents.
Okay. Anybody want to tag in?
On your point about the T.I. King thing, I feel like both things could be true, but the conversation was about him acting like he's from the hood and he not. So their point was still valid of what they were saying, even though if he do got some trauma, and that's why he displaying it like the way he was acting. But they were still right though. He
not from the fucking
But the
hood.
grandma didn't live in the gates. They said that he was majority at the grandma house. The grandma didn't live in a gated
No,
community.
they didn't say that. He
but
said
they,
that.
you could go visit your grandma
But
every
something
day
had
and still
triggered-
have
they
the
said
means.
he
to
triggered
fight.
him.
You still don't have the same. You're not in poverty.
But
though. You
something
still
had
have
triggered
everything.
him
He was
because-
always with the grandma because he wanted to be with them, and instead of them dealing with what he was going through, they just threw him on the grandma.
And they pissed him off
No,
because
that's
at the
you
beginning,
stretching it. That's assumption. We don't know that.
No, because at the beginning,
yeah, for
Tiny
sure.
was like, y'all heard what Tiny said at the beginning. She like, it was just a joke. So they said some shit to him for him to go off like that. Then he took it real deep and far to what it's supposed to.
Right.
It was like, because she was
Persona
like,
he
oh,
took.
it was a joke. It was a joke. So I think that they was fucking with him, and he didn't take that shit too kindly.
But mentally, he really want to be from the fucking hood.
But did y'all?
I don't think so, though. I don't think so.
Outside that video, he said he was always with his grandma. Only time he came over there to that house was when they was filming. He said he stayed with his fucking grandma. So y'all don't know he wasn't with their ass.
Bragging about being in a fucking bando and in the hood. That what does that do?
What you mean? He wasn't.
But
in the
they
gated
probably
community.
become
He going around other people.
They probably become be themselves in that house. They probably become be themselves in that big ass mansion. They probably want them to be some other shit, and he just probably want to be his.
And we already know grandparents are lenient. No telling where the fuck that boy was at. We don't know where the fuck our kids be at half the time. You don't know.
His older brother got on the panel. I mean, on the podcast, y'all can look it up. Damani got on there, and he spoke about King, and he said King was not saying the right shit, and that the fact of the matter is, he said even with himself, he said him and his older brother got the same mama, and yes, they were back and forth on weekends between their mother house and T.I.'s house. And though he recognized his mother did not have the type of money that T.I. fucking had, it still didn't make him want to be from the fucking hood. Yeah,
but you sitting there forgetting the majority of the motherfucking kids that's fucked up are T.I. and Tiny's kids. We're not talking about T.I. kids from other women. We talking about Tiny and T.I.'s kids. They got totally different fucking dynamics. You don't know that. Even fucking Zanique was sitting there saying that her mama, she was always at other people's houses and they ain't even have clothes. She used to have on anybody clothes because Tiny and T.I. was focused on getting money. What are you saying? You don't know these fucking kids' story? When she went on TikTok, said a whole story time. She said, I love my mama to death, but I was with everybody. I was at everybody's house. My mama didn't even send me a to-go bag. I was wearing anybody and everybody clothes. So what are you saying? You don't think that's the same thing for her son?
You can
I
have.
I feel like we can't really say they was bad parents if we don't have enough facts from that, because also
Exactly.
kids get older, they do have selective memory. They don't remember every situation, and they can may view it one way, but it could have been a completely different way. Because there's times I've talked to my mom and my dad about situation, and now I'm like, didn't this happen like this? And they'll be like, no, this happened because it is not. And but the way I saw it as a kid, this is how I remember it, because I don't have any understanding of the situation. So I can't really say that they fucked him up because he said he'd be at his grandma's house. His grandma might be his babysitter. And when they go to work, he got to go over to his grandma's house after school. Like him saying always, it could have been for a 4-year stretch, but to him, that's a lot of his adolescence. So he relates to that. So I can't really say that.
That's what I'm saying. I think he's stretching it.
But I do believe it's something there because like you said, Kenya, they kids do all have stories about neglect, essentially.
Okay, what you got to say, Nene?
I agree with Kenya though. A lot of people want to relate to those in the hood, basically. I mean, for me as a parent, my children are spoonful fed, gold spoon, not silver. Okay. But the streets and the hood that I grew up and the way that I grew up gave me the foundation it was that I needed. I'm equally balanced. I can't sit here and be like, oh, well, I don't understand what this person's talking about, or I don't understand what this person's talking about, because I can be this person right here at home, but when I'm in that room talking to other nurses or corporate everything, I'm going to handle myself appropriately. But as far as like, one to be from the hood, I'm telling y'all that shit ain't as what everybody make it out to be. It really ain't, because some kids have to really learn how to grow up on their fucking own.
That's what I'm saying.
Like, you know what I'm saying? So to really have family there and to really do what they need to do, yeah, that's great. But trust me, before I even got with my grandparents, I had to literally take care of me and my sister by ourselves, because my parents did whatever they wanted to do. Both of my parents was street gang related, drug lords, all type of shit. They did what they wanted to do and forgot about being parents. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know why a lot of people with money want to be from the hood. Maybe they missing something, because you never learn from mistakes when you come from money. Everything is kind of like, you shield it in some type of way. So when you fuck up, you always got somebody with some bread to be like, oh, I got this. It's always an umbrella over you. You always placed in a bubble to protect you. But when you from the hood, you kind of like, nah, I can spot this, that, and the fourth from a mile away. But with people with money, I don't think they really can see that. And I think people with money, that's how they always initially get used, because they don't have that hood or street mentality. They lack something. I mean, we all lack something, but I think people with money, they kind of lack that.
Yeah, because go ahead, Dwayne.
I was just gonna say, I think one of the biggest things really is just the culture. Like our culture makes being from the street and all that stuff look like that's the cool thing, and you're not really cool if you don't do it. So I think that's more why people want to do it. And also, it's kind of funny because what King wants to be is what his daddy was. Like he wants to be like that. So it's kind of ironic that like T.I. made all of the things that King wants to be look cool, not only to his kids, to a lot of Atlanta kids. Like, so even if they didn't have money, like that he made that shit look cool and make that feel like the thing to be type of thing. So I feel like it's kind of ironic that.
But his dad got street credibility, so that might be something like if his dad fall off musically, his daddy know how to go get it from the streets. If that be the case for T.I.
And King want to be like that.
And King may want to be like that, but I mean, but like I said, his grandma house wasn't gated or nothing like that. Ain't no telling what King probably saw being at just at his grandma's house for just say a weekend. He probably did see somebody get shot. He probably did see roaches and rats.
I mean, that's cool, but
you think T.I. or Tiny, whoever mama was, had roaches or rats in their house with them living in the mansion?
Look, I don't know.
And my kids coming over there.
I don't know what is in my head.
But even
let's never know.
It's still not poverty. Wherever she lived at, she's still not impoverished, because they're gonna make sure that he's taken care of. So he might be in a neighborhood with a bunch of Black people in the impoverished, but he cannot be impoverished. They can have a good ass house.
Maybe we need to Google where his mama stayed at.
Maybe so. But hypothetically, let's say he did. Let's say his mom, T.I. mama did stay in the hood. Again, that ain't shit to brag about though. Like I always said to myself, even if I was to get on a huge fucking platform, I don't want to be one of the motherfuckers on interview talking about, man, I had to eat motherfucking stale crackers and fucking rotten bread. Like I want to talk more about motherfucking where I'm at and what I did. positively in that mess that I was in, right? I want to talk about how I went and got a job, or I went to school.
But I don't think he's sitting there trying to brag about it. He's trying to show
He
y'all
is,
his
because y'all want to go to the
identity.
band, though.
He's constantly defending himself. That's what it is, because he's being a certain way and everybody want to say that's not really him. Y'all attacking his identity. Y'all don't know who the fuck he is. And that's the real reason why he constantly saying, I did this, I did that. Because everybody's saying, nigga, you grew up over here. You ain't like that. You don't know him. He constantly defending his idea, his identity.
He constantly in the streets doing dumb shit. There's more than more videos of his ass doing dumb shit.
A good gauge of if he grew up impoverished from the hood, like, and didn't. Because
I mean, that's how he identified. I'm sitting there saying, how can we sit there and say, got something to say about how he identified? That's his truth. We don't know if that should happen or not.
But you know, some of us from the hood, we realer than them uppity motherfuckers. At least when you from the hood, you can keep it real.
To a certain extent, I could agree to that. But it's just
I feel like if he was from really like grew up like from the, like he was really from the hood, he wouldn't really have to go on a tirade about how I am from the hood.
Exactly.
I can take you and show you in the bando with my homies and all that. I don't feel like he wouldn't do that.
I'm trying to take everybody. Damon, you are 100% right, because everybody I personally know that's from the hood, including myself, we don't brag about that shit. I've never even been in a group with niggas that's from the same hood or from the same type of neighborhood I come from, where we sat in a motherfucking group talking about that shit. Even in today's society, even in today's world, we as grown men, I've never been in a group where we bragged about, yeah, man, you know.
But y'all don't have to, because people know y'all from the fucking hood. When they see him, they look at him as T.I.'s son.
That's it. That's how I want to be looked at.
You don't know how he want to identify, but you don't tell him how he want to be seen.
So that shows he want that persona. No matter how.
Or maybe that's just
identifying with something that he not though. That's
exactly
like identifying with something that's not true though. He's identifying with.
How do y'all know that? Just because he's T.I.'s son don't necessarily mean that
you're not from the hood.
Type of life.
Because his parents is telling him that he's not from the hood. Like you didn't.
But we know parents lied in their head. A lot of parents think certain shit happened a certain way when it really didn't. A lot of parents think that they was good fucking parents and they lacked a lot of shit. And a lot of parents think just because you had money, that means you was a good parent.
But
money don't make you a good fucking parent.
But not speaking on their parenting, but like just seeing like him being from the hood. They know that he not from the hood. They know where he's from.
How when he spent majority of time at his grandma's house, they was defending saying you only went over there because you could do what you cried to go over there. What are you saying?
You don't think they know what the fuck is going on with their son at his mama house in the hood?
No, they didn't, because you got to sit there and think about years ago when that boy was growing up, they were making money. Their whole focus was their careers. They focused on their fucking kids.
How you know that? You stretching this shit.
How when you see the show?
I agree with Kenya on this one.
No, both stretching it.
She's not stretching it. I agree with
you. Can't go off the TV.
Yeah, with bad parents. We don't know that.
You can't go off the TV show.
They could be bad parents and he's still not from the hood though. No matter what.
I'm sitting there. Who's to say that he doesn't identify that he is from the hood? If he spent majority of his childhood,
he can identify with whatever he wants to, but that don't make it true.
It's true to him though. I think that's
what he's trying to get reality though. It's not true in reality. I identify as a giraffe, but I'm not a fucking giraffe. No matter how I giraffe.
They don't.
His parents just said, "Nigga, you not from the hood." What are you talking about?
He said he is, and that's it.
Nigga, you argue with your parents on live, bro. Your credibility is already kind of shot. Why you argue with your parents on live?
Who made record sales, you know what I'm saying? Went on tours, all types of stuff. The majority of the time, let's just be honest. From what it is that we see from the outside looking in, when the fuck have we seen them with their motherfucking kids on tours and everything besides on this show? I've
never seen the backstage of any of their tours, so I couldn't tell you if their kids were there or not.
Exactly. So we will never know.
And also, just because you got hood friends don't make you from the hood still. Just because you go there and hang out, you're still not from there.
That boy never mentioned
I can take you to the bando. You can meet my homies. I can take you to my homie bando right now. You can meet my homies. That's what he said in the video.
Okay, he's probably met them friends from his grandma's house.
I don't consider
it's because they're from there. That doesn't make him from there because he come and visit.
Yep. He can relate.
Maybe he take right after T.I. how T.I. was when he was younger.
Right now.
Yeah, I was poor and selling crack.
Exactly.
Maybe he got you know that our kids, each one of our kids got our personality.
He got his personality, but he didn't grow up like him.
But he not from the hood.
But maybe he just fucking crazy as hell. How T.I. used to be crazy as hell when he was younger.
He a fucking
I agree with
retard.
that. I
And
could
now
definitely,
it's inside of
feel
King.
it. T.I. him for sure.
No, because at the end of the day, I never claimed to be a D-boy or one of them niggas that's out here doing that shit, and I come from that.
Because you wasn't that. So why would
Did
you
you
do
sell
it? You wasn't
drugs?
that.
That's
Exactly.
our
Why
point
would
about
you do
King.
that?
But I
Y'all
still
don't, we don't know if he did that or
allegedly.
not. That's what I'm sitting there saying. His parents don't know if he did that shit or not either, because they
You
was
trying to
on
get me
tour and
arrested,
he was with
Mimi.
his grandma.
Listen, wait, hold on. I want to hear what Britt said. What you say, Britt, earlier?
Oh, I was saying you can't go based off the TV show or whatever, but she did make a good point when she was like, we don't never see they kids. But I don't know, because some people don't like to post their kids on social media. Like, I don't like to post my kids on social media. Like, me and my kids be turning up, but social media would never know that because I don't put that, stuff on my social media all the time because I don't like people in my business or trying to assume shit. You know what I'm saying? So maybe they kind of like that. I'm trying to give them a benefit of the doubt, but yeah.
No, I agree. That's what I'm saying. Look, that's what I'm saying. Kenya and Nene stretching it because at the end of the day, we don't know. Yeah, you agree with us, so you stretching it. We don't know if they are bad parents. We can only go off of facts of what he is putting out there. And
Never
this is
said that parenting.
Listen, this is not the first video, and what we failed to realize, this is not the first video that King has went live and was recording himself acting like he from the fucking hood. He has done this numerous times. So my thing is, why do you want to have this persona like you from this fucking hood when you're not?
How do you know it's a persona? How do you know that? How do you know based off of his parents saying it's a persona? How y'all know?
Man, that little nigga ain't from the hood.
Right, he ain't never did shit.
Soft as
I
hell.
can see what you're saying. Like based off how he act, he clearly could just act like that. But the fact that he think that he's saying he's from the hood is the incorrect part. His behavior, he could just act like T.I. And that's just how
y'all ain't never saw Malibu Most Wanted. Maybe that's it. Like maybe that's the truth. Like
I think that is. I
And
think
then
that
he
is
said it
him.
too.
Like he
Get my
said.
chapstick. Look at the car sick.
Traffic.
I don't know. I think they kind of put pressure. He probably feel pressure that T.I. his daddy, and T.I. from the trenches for real. So he probably trying to like, damn, my daddy from the hood shit. Let me try to put on this persona because I don't want to be, instead of just him being himself like his other little brother. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Just be
But
yourself.
I
You don't have
think
to
But I
portray.
think he is being himself because he said he was at the grandma house. The grandma probably lived in the hood, and like he said,
Hell no, they got money. They ain't finna have they damn grandma living in the hood.
That's what I'm
But even
saying.
with money, he could go to the hood. If that's majority of the time you spending your time, then of course you're gonna pick up the habits of the people you hang
Just because
with.
you go
That's
there,
right. That's so
you
true.
from
That's
there.
true.
But if he's
being
spending
on a
majority of
visit,
his
I mean,
time
from
there,
the-
that's what you like. Come on now.
No, you can spend no, King. That's not the way the streets go. If you
That
from
nigga was on- his time was on TV.
from the fucking streets, you can't go in. I can't go in no neighborhood and start hanging out with one of the guys, and now I'm proclaiming.
What
yeah,
you mean? It's hella people. I had hella cousins that I
He
lived
wasn't
in
in
the
no
hood.
real
They
hood.
Evergreen Park. They
He
used to
wasn't
come
in no
over our
real
house
hood
and we
because
all
he
grew
would
up
have got
together.
his
Like,
ass
come on now.
robbed, beat up, kidnapped.
Exactly. Come on, man.
Your mama better send me 20 bands for your ass.
Exactly,
little
bro.
nigga.
Ransom. Like, stop.
He ain't in the real trenches.
Exactly.
I don't know what
How
he's
often
talking
do that
about.
happen
He
though?
wouldn't
That's
be
a
able to
stretch.
survive.
Yeah, let's not act like the streets are the same as
He
they used
just
to
said
be back
Malibu
in
was
the day.
wanted, and motherfucker got kidnapped in Malibu was wanted, right? So now you said it's a stretch.
But we talking about
the
now. The
parents
streets
paid
ain't
for
back
him
in
to
the
get
day.
But them
kidnapped.
niggas from
They
Malibu Most
paid for
Wanted,
him to
they
get
weren't from
kidnapped.
the hood.
No.
But T.I. got a name in the street, so they're not gonna try to kidnap his son and all of that shit anyway. So
all I'm saying,
Exactly. So if he do go to the hood, he's okay. So what are you saying?
hey, all I'm saying,
Right, because he probably got cousins in the hood.
Oh,
But he said what they've said in the video is like you ain't never really grew up with no roaches and you had a silver spoon. He was saying, yes, I have. It was explaining. Then you never did. You had these
Okay,
things happen to you.
maybe he ain't lying then. Shit. Maybe
Even though you might have hung out with some street people, you didn't have to go through. That's not what street is.
Oh,
You
true.
didn't
Because
have
he
a
could go
street
back
friends in
home and
his
lay
life
in his
being
bed
from the hood.
while his friends or whoever he hanging
exactly. So he ain't
still
from the
living with roaches and shit.
How when he said the only time he went to his mom and them house when they was filming, he said if he wasn't filming, he was at his grandma's house.
But the
He said
mom-
that too.
And then that little boy be
parents do not
throwing
live in
tantrums and
roaches
stuff.
and
That little
poverty.
boy, he be throwing
Whether if he did go to his
tantrums, he
grandma's
too
house.
spoiled. He
I
be
feel like if he
acting
went to
like
his grandma's house, he
a
probably not
spoiled ass
impoverished
brat
because
on
it's his
TV.
mama.
And he be embarrassing his parents. Like, You know, they probably didn't even raise him to be like that. Like, you could raise your kids to be a certain way, but it's always gonna be that one out the group that want to go astray, and that's gonna kind of give you a headache. And that's
The
probably
problem is they didn't raise him at all. That's what he's saying. They
We
didn't
don't
raise
know
him.
that. You can't keep
He
saying
said
that.
that, and then they admitted. They
That's
said the
not what
reason
he
why
But
you was
you
said.
know
always
what?
at your
When you
grandma's
get
house, 'cause you
older,
used to cry. That's
when
what they said. They said you used to cry and we used to let you go because ain't nobody want to hear that. The reason why you want to be at your grandma's house because you wanted to suck a pacifier until you was 12. They said this. This is
Now,
out their mouth.
if he was in the hood with a pacifier till he was 12, they would have been. He'd have been teased and tormented. He would not
And
want to go
why
over there.
ain't nobody look? Why ain't no
Being
other nobody?
T.I. son, he wouldn't been teased.
But look,
Yes, he would have. They would have.
man,
They would
they
have
would have beat
exposed him
his
so long. T.I.
ass.
son
Like,
took a
man, why the
pacifier till he was 12.
But y'all don't see a
Niggas gonna-
problem with your mama trying to embarrass you on the internet, talking about you sucked the pacifier till you were 12, but y'all want to say these good
he
parents.
was
I
joking.
did have a problem with that kid at first, but then I thought about it. King is the one who went live while they was arguing, so it's kind of like your fault, bro.
Yep.
Yeah, because you
Somebody
don't
was
put
laughing.
outsiders in your family business.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And then on top of this,
that if he wouldn't have posted it.
and then on top of this, why ain't no nigga stepped up who he claimed he from the hood from, right? Why ain't none of these niggas stepped up? Because everybody love motherfucking
T.I.
stuff on the internet.
T.I. probably threatened their ass. And
Man, hell no.
It ain't their business,
But
really,
his
though.
old ass
He
ain't
just-
on it. That man got money. He got shit to risk. He ain't
Right,
on
he
shit
ain't thinking about that
But
shit.
no, but like,
He got
I'm arguing my-
endorsements to
that
think
goes-
about. He
that-
ain't thinking about all that.
That goes back to when we were saying how men are not allowed to express their emotions. So maybe he wasn't allowed to express how he felt, that he probably felt that he can express himself in front of his grandma. They probably was too hard on him.
I get what you're saying, but what I'm saying is, in today's society, everybody looking for clout. So how come ain't not one dude that he claimed he was fucking around in these bandos and in these streets and he do all this shit? Ain't no nigga got on the platform and was like, yeah, I can vouch for him. King put in work.
No, hell no.
I mean,
Why
it's a
he
family
need
argument.
somebody
One
to
of my
vouch for him?
friends better not get in my argument with my parents, though. I ain't
Exactly.
gonna lie
Why would somebody
to you.
vouch
Why
for
I'm
him?
talking to my
Like,
parents, bro.
Oh, I'm talking about on the internet. I'm saying why ain't nobody came on the internet that these guys he supposedly put in work with and all this? Because everybody love clout.
Because it's probably
Don't even-
make believe.
That shit make believe as hell. I 100% agree. That shit make believe.
know.
I see motherfuckers all the time want to be in the hood, and bitch, you got a motherfucking Picasso in your house.
But y'all haven't seen nobody like really from the hood and then they claim that shit and then they get on live and be like, hey nigga, you claiming that shit. You know what I'm saying? You haven't seen that with that little nigga. With his
You see it all the time with the rappers. They get exposed. Them niggas soft as hell.
Yeah.
They're not really from the shit.
His little spoiled ass.
Yeah. It was
y'all
just
act like it ain't niggas in the hood that was hoes too. Like y'all making it seem like
Yeah,
every
that's
nigga from the hood was that nigga. Like, come
I
on
don't
now,
necessarily
y'all
think
really
he's soft.
flexing on here.
I think that's his.
Like,
Oh, no,
y'all
I'm just.
nobody said.
What,
Nobody
what
said.
I
I feel like
experienced, not,
he
you
was
know,
his
what I
his
see.
argument was that I'm not him saying from the hood. I feel like he was kind of trying to say I'm not soft because afterwards he said I stand on business and all that. So I feel like we equating the two, like being from the hood and being hard, or not being from the hood and being soft. Like you could be not from the hood and not be soft. Like he could not.
And nobody said,
look,
right. Right. I'm not sitting here. I'm not talking about how tough or how weak he is. I'm simply saying you ain't grow up with you grew up with a motherfucking gold spoon and Nene words because your ass had cars. Your ass, Damani just said on the platform, anything that the fuck they wanted, T.I. and Tiny got it for them. Don't matter what it was. They had everything that they wanted. So I don't give a fuck how many times he go visit his grandma. Nigga, I'm from the hood. When I went to go visit my grandma, nigga, the motherfucking neighbor, didn't shit change? I was poor with my mama, went to my grandma's house and was still poor. The fuck? Nothing changed. And I ain't want to claim that shit. So for the fact that he want to be out here claiming that shit, it ain't about him being tough. And I was like, why you want to claim that you ain't from that you?
But
ain't
why
from,
is it any of y'all business though? Why he can't be who he want to be? Like, how
he
the fuck
put it
is
on the
him being
internet?
who he
Has he
gotta
put
be?
it on the
bothered
internet?
y'all?
Thank you.
Like, that's the problem.
Thank
Man.
you. He put it on the internet. What did you talking
Well,
about?
I'm just trying to jump in the
posted it live.
conversation because I
No,
don't be caring
no,
about the
Britt.
celebrities. I be got my own shit going on. I don't be caring about their ass.
No, it's just a conversation. At the end of the day, he put it. Listen, anything that get on the internet is free. It's free game from at that point. And with a platform, you can talk about that shit all day when you want to, how you want to. You put your business out there, like you said, Britt. You don't put your kids out there, so can't nobody talk about your motherfucker. Talk about your kids. But if a motherfucker put their kids out there, it's free game. Motherfucker say my daughter bald head.
You basically putting your Mm-hmm.
So at the end of the day, Kenya, yes, it ain't our business, but they put it out there. They made it our business, and we on platform. We gonna talk.
Yeah, you're right.
All right, now we're gonna go to
everybody got an opinion. Like they an asshole. Just because it's your opinion don't mean it's true.
Fuck
no, you.
Hey, I swear, before you was about to go the first time, I was gonna say, I already know what Nene feel. That's the first thing I thought of.
Right, she like fuck them. Hey, fuck them shit. Look, they above my pay grade shit. I just want to
grown now, little nigga. I ain't gotta argue with you.
But it wasn't so much about him. So we got away from the point. The point I was making is, why do people in general with money want to proclaim and have this persona like they from the hood? It wasn't necessarily about King. I don't give a fuck about King. It's just the fact that I've seen this a lot of times where people want to be from the hood that's not. And I'm from that shit. And I don't want nobody to know I'm from that shit. I don't want to claim that shit. I mean, that shit don't sound exciting to me saying, hey man, I ate motherfucking cheese crackers all my life and beans and peanut butter and jelly. Like, that shit don't sound exciting. That shit sound like
why do it bother you when somebody do it though? Like, why is it?
But you know,
why does that
peanut butter is good for our bodies.
Can I don't know.
Go ahead. What you would say?
Tiffany, what you making?
For your body.
What you making, Tiffany?
Oh no, I'm washing dishes.
Oh,
I just put up my food from the grocery store, so now I'm washing my dishes.
Let me read these chats from and then we're gonna move on to the next one. Jacqueline said, like Kenya said, that this from the last the first one topic. She was like, there's not enough education and conversation about sex. But my daughter would have gotten pregnant at 16. I would have supported my child regardless. And another thing, young men should be responsible as well. Devin, he did just pretty much a lot of laugh out louds, little small stuff. Anything else he said? Oh, he said grandma's house was a big ass fuck. I guess was big as hell too. Grandma's house.
Yeah, he said answer this. Who would have allowed him to hang in the hood?
Yeah, that's a good question, right? Who would have? I mean, I don't know, man. Look, I ain't never had no rich friend in the fucking hood, so I don't know who would allow a rich friend to be in the hood. I just know I've been around motherfuckers to claim the hood, and to me, it's like, why? That's not something that's to brag about. Being poor is not fucking fun. You know, having to fucking struggle and all that shit, wearing the same fucking pair of shoes, getting clothes passed down. None of that shit is fun. So
being poor is a choice, right? Ain't it?
It is a fucking choice, but I was a kid, goddamn. I ain't poor right now. I was poor when I was a kid, but that wasn't my fault.
I would beg to being poor is fun when you like, but it's not like when you a kid and you just poor and y'all just come up with stuff just to have.
Oh yeah. I mean,
that was fun, but have it like who would choose to be poor? Like really?
Yeah, no, right. That's what I'm saying. Like, yeah, it's fun because you find shit to do, you figure it out, you find out food you never would eat because you put shit together. You like, damn, this tastes good with this because we ain't got that, so we gonna try this shit. So yeah, it became fun, right? And you figured it out. But I'm just saying, when I started to get older, it was just like, this ain't it. You know what I'm saying? This ain't the way to go about this shit. And I refuse to brag about that shit. Like,
that shit'll humble you. I swear.
It humbles the shit out. Yeah, it does. It really does.
It's kind of also sometimes kind of embarrassing when you meet people and they talk about their life. And you're like, oh, y'all, like, oh, this was just me who had to like,
right, you know,
y'all had all of these things. So it's kind of like, I don't even want to really talk about it because like,
I'm trying to tell you, like, motherfuckers today be telling they don't eat leftovers. Nigga, I remember eating beans for like damn near a whole week, over and over and over, because what else to eat. So like, that's what I'm saying. Like shit like that, you be like, damn, you ain't never ate leftovers? Shit, I ate that shit on a regular basis. Warmed up chicken and all that shit. So I'm just saying, I don't understand why people brag about that dumb ass shit. But we're gonna go to the next topic. Devon said the pressure of society and the culture we created. Well, that could be it. It could be him, you know, having that type of pressure, and then who his daddy is. I mean, we don't know what pressure being a celebrity kid, you know, what that brings. So I don't really know King, so we're gonna go to the next one. Let's see.
He won't grow up. He won't. That's the problem with the black man. He won't grow up. He won't grow up. He still want to be 40 and live like he's 30. What's wrong with being 40 and living like he's 40? Why you still want to live younger? The goal is to grow old, not get younger. So the goal ain't to keep all my black hair. The goal ain't to go and put a whole bunch of pretty white new teeth in my mouth the older I get. I'm going to lose a side tooth. It's okay. Nigga, I'm going to get a bald spot. It's okay. I ain't got to go get the man weave. So that's what's happening, homie. We shaming old. So that's why the old niggas saying, oh, look at you old nigga. Because we shame to be old. So our kids shame the old. Ain't nothing wrong with 40 being 40, my nigga. That's the problem with the black.
Why are we afraid to grow up? What are y'all thoughts on this? Now, I know y'all see this shit on a regular basis, whether it's females or males. We are living in a society, in a community where motherfuckers act like they don't ever want to grow the fuck up. So what are y'all thoughts, Reggie? What you think about that? Why are we afraid to grow the fuck up? You on mute, Reggie.
Say it again. Explain what you said again.
I mean, I'm saying this is what you see on a regular basis throughout the black community. You know, the mindset of partying, the mindset of bullshit, and the mindset of just shaming growing up. Like, why are we afraid as a black community, male or woman? So it's not a particular, side, but on both sides of the fence. Why are we afraid to grow the fuck up?
Yeah, I believe. I believe most people within the black community, we feel like we could do it forever, and we don't, and we had this idea that we age gracefully. So anything that we do when we're in our 40s, we feel like we did in our 20s, and nothing on us hurts. Like our back doesn't hurt, or our legs doesn't give out sometimes if we stand too long. Like those father times catches up with all of us. Indeed, it does. So people are afraid mostly of getting older because they know as the years go by, like we know it comes to an end. And I think that's what people more fear the most. It comes to the end once you get all like 40. I only got a certain amount of years, so I'm able to do this, and then I'm gonna have regrets if I don't do this. So I just continue to keep enjoying what I'm doing, until it's my time over. But I don't know, man. We just been trained to have this idea that we feel younger in our minds, and we can just do these amazing things, right? When we're 40s and our 50s, and I'm like, no, we can't. We can't do those same things we do. So for me, I embrace it all. If I'm in my 40s, I'm not trying. If I start losing hair, I'm not looking for no just for men. I'm rocking a bald head. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know, man. In the black community, we just embrace thinking that we can do the same thing these young people can do. Like it's a competition. Like we can.
Before I call anybody else, even at a young age, that's what I'm saying. Even at young, right? I was telling Kenya this. Why do we try to create foundations at a young age, and then sacrifice like family, kids, sacrifice that shit because we don't want to grow the fuck up. I mean, even in today, right? Me and Kenya left Chicago 5 years ago, and I guarantee, and this is facts, on my social media, a lot of motherfuckers are doing the same shit that they was doing 5 years ago before I left Chicago. They still doing the same shit. Outside partying 24/7, drinking, fucking around, ain't being parents, ain't stepping up to the plate. Like, at what point do we grow the fuck up?
We feel like we can have it all. That's all. That's the only way I can think about it, bro. We feel like we can have it all. We feel like we can party and we can do all these things when we're older, and then once we get older, we feel like we're ready to grow up. Like it's gonna be there for us on a silver platter, without having any work done with this. And so it's this idea that black people give themselves, like we can do whatever we want. No one's gonna tell us otherwise. We age gracefully, and we feel like we can hang with these young people. And Father Time disagrees with that all the time. He disagrees with it all the time. So I don't understand the notion. I don't get it, but I'll embrace my age, to anybody. I'll tell anyone, hey, look, if you can't accept me for who I am, you can't accept the grays, the gray facial hair, whatever it is, you feel like I gotta die, hey, baby, you ain't for me. So,
okay. What's your thoughts, Brett?
I just think that everyone is misguided. That's all.
Okay, that's good. That's good. I like that. What you think, Kenya?
I think people don't want to grow up because it shows that how much of a failure we are. I'm just gonna call it a spade. I feel like as we get older, it hits us that we have gotten older and ain't achieved shit. And so we trick ourselves into thinking, well, I got time, I got time, I got time. And that's why we don't want to embrace our aging, because we stuck in this phase of not doing shit. Like ain't nobody accomplished shit. We want to party and bullshit majority of our life. And we think like, shit, I got time, not even recognizing that we all on borrowed time. So you could be here today, gone tomorrow. And that's another problem that our mindset is like, shit, we think that we got all the time in the world.
Yeah, everybody's so caught up in materialistic things and focus on the things that really don't matter in life.
I agree. Have y'all heard? Before I call on. Have y'all heard the people say that, oh, you party in your 20s and then you kind of slow down and try to start on your career in your 30s and then work up like that? Have y'all heard that? Because I think that shit is stupid and fucking backwards. Does that even make common sense to y'all? I mean, does that make logic sense to y'all that we should party in our 20s? Like, think about this. And I don't think a lot of people think about this. And I'm going to put myself in there. I ain't started getting my shit together until I was 27. I started kicking it at what? 17, 18 years old. So we're talking about 10 years, 10, 11 years I wasted because I grew up with somebody saying party in your fucking 20s. You party in your 20s, work hard in your 30s. And I think that is the most dumbest shit ever, because now I'm 33 years old and now I got a good career and all that, but I'm catching up. I'm trying to catch up on 10, 11 years that I done fucking missed out, that I didn't sacrifice because motherfucker was saying party. Go ahead. You on mute, Demar.
Catching up to what? You
catching
feel
up,
like you wasted years and now you catching up. What are you catching up to?
Where I want to be. Catching up as far as career-wise, catching up to mental-wise where I wanted to be at. Mentally, where I could have been working on my mental at that age. I could have been working on my career at that age. I could have been doing a lot of shit at a younger age if motherfuckers weren't telling me, no, this time you party. To me, that's backwards. If anything, I should have bust my ass in my 20s and got in my 30s and been able to slow down and kind of start to enjoy life. I can't enjoy fucking life because I'm constantly with the mindset of I gotta catch up. And now I got kids. I got a wife. I gotta catch up. I gotta do this. I gotta do that. And it's overwhelming because it's like, damn, what if I would have not wasted that 10 years?
Damn, you making it seem like you old as hell, bro.
You're young.
You're supposed to go through life gracefully. You ain't supposed to be racing, thinking about shit like that. Like, move on, do you? Like, fuck with it's not a race.
Well, the
at 17, you knew where you wanted to be and what you wanted to have.
At least you learning. You got
18-year-olds out here. The thing is, you may feel that way, like you wasted your years.
Go ahead.
Yeah, you may feel like you wasted your years, from being 17 to 27. But I beg to differ. I think you're exactly where you should be.
Mm-hmm.
No,
you gotta look at it from that side. You're exactly where you should be.
I hear what you're saying, but I don't think y'all getting what I'm saying. What I'm saying is this: look, I'm saying, why waste 10, 11 years? I set myself up to go to college. I did go to college. I bullshitted a lot of shit from 17 all the way up to motherfucking 27. So I'm simply by the concept of older heads saying you don't do shit in your 20s, you just party and kick it. And I'm simply saying logically and common sense that don't make sense. Because if you waste your 20s, look, you are older way longer than you are younger. You only have a small window to be young. You're gonna be older way longer than you're gonna be fucking younger. So I'm simply saying, I'm just simply saying, in the Black community, I see all the time we don't take advantage of getting our shit together at an early age, at an early stage. We waste a lot of our years. Think about, do you know how 10 years to party? You telling me for 10 years going outside, drinking, partying, fucking, you telling me you gotta do that for 10 years? You gotta do that for 10 years.
You said you was also going to school.
No, I was bullshit. That's what I'm trying to tell you, Demar. Even going to school, I was bullshitting.
I mean, I understand what you're saying, but I feel like it also you could learn, you had experiences through those 10 years, and you're kind of looking back in hindsight, knowing what you know now, saying like, if I knew that back then. Of course, if you knew the information you have now, you'll be 10 years ahead, but it took you 10 years to learn the information, so it wasn't a waste of time because you learned what you needed to learn, and now you're able to apply it.
Oh, that's the problem. We need to be, look, with my child.
But it was a journey that God put you through. You have to go through them steps for your journey.
No, in the Bible, God.
Like, if don't nobody accomplish nothing, long as y'all accomplish having a connection with our ancestors and the Most High.
Look, but look, like you said that in the Bible, and I'm not a Bible thumper. God, can you then bust the Bible down to me? God do not want you to struggle. That is not something in the Bible that He even suggests that we do. So that's what I'm even saying. Even from a biblical standpoint, that you're not supposed to struggle. And on top of that, you said learn from lessons. But look, y'all said learn from lessons. Even in the Bible, it don't say shit. God don't want you to fucking learn the hard way. He wants you to learn the smart way.
Yes, He do. So you can appreciate the good shit when you start to get it.
Bro,
no.
You said that you're gonna be younger you're gonna be older way longer than you're gonna be younger. So why would you waste your younger years trying to be older if you're gonna be older way longer?
See, that's the problem in our community. We look at
I think that what he's saying is,
but I get what you're saying. Like I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I think what he's saying is that it's not necessarily his wasted years. I think it's what he was groomed to think. That mind of thinking, not that he wasted to 10 years. Is that when he was younger, he was told to bullshit and just live your life, and you eventually get your shit together. Versus if I would have put the work in, I will be able to live and enjoy my life now. Because at the end of the day, when you're younger, in them younger years, you're poor. All you doing is drinking and fucking. It's like if I actually did a little more work and still enjoy myself, I could be better off now and still don't have to work as hard. Because let's be real, in the Black community, a lot of motherfuckers be like 50 and 60 and can't even retire because they started late. So now they fucking can't retire until they damn near 70. And then you got illnesses like your body ain't the same as you get older. Shit, I'm damn near 30 and my body ain't the fucking same. So it's like we set ourselves up for failure, thinking that, I'm just gonna work when I get there. I start my business, I do this when I get there, instead of working now, enjoying life, and getting there when you get there, versus just bullshit without the plan and waiting until you 30 to come up with some shit.
Exactly, and that's what in the community our minds are set up like that. Our minds are set up like that on a revolving door. It's like literally mentally you're being told by your elders and people older than you to fucking waste. Again, I'm asking y'all the question. Do you know how long 10 years of drinking and partying and doing bullshitting for 10 years? Do you know how much work, how much shit you could have got done, what you could accomplish? And I'm not saying you got to be a motherfucker that just wake up and go punch in the clock and go bust your ass. I'm simply saying you could have balanced it out while still working, had a little fun, but we don't even do that. We dive strictly into having fun, and that's all we do. That's all we do.
The thing is, you did something about it.
Yeah,
I understand Kenya's point because it makes absolute sense. Like, if you haven't accomplished anything and all you did for your 10 years was party and you just remain doing that, you're a failure because you didn't accomplish anything. And those people who still think that they're going to do something at the age of 50 and 60 or whatever the case may be, feel like they're going to get their life together, they haven't accomplished anything. So they need to try to compensate something for those years of bullshit. Oh man, I got so many stories to tell you about all those girls I've been with at the club and all that, because they need to find something to compensate what they haven't achieved, what they didn't want to go after. But you did something about it. You did something about it.
I'm not disputing you on that. I know. I'm simply saying, imagine what I could have done in my earlier 20s and where I could be at now had I literally been told the opposite. Because common sense and logically, now that I'm 33 years old, that don't make sense to me. It don't common sense and logically make sense to party and waste 11 fucking years bullshitting.
Do you party now?
No, I'm strictly. I mean, I go out and have adult time, but I'm strictly, raising fucking 3 kids. I have a wife. I have responsibility. So the concept and the mindset that I had it changed, right? So that's why I say I'm playing catch up, right? I'm playing catch up to try to get even further than where I'm at now. I'm not saying I don't appreciate where I'm at, but I'm saying just imagine if I would have put the energy that I have now into myself that I'm putting in if I would have put it in at 27. I mean, at 19, at 20 years old, when I went to college. What if I would have finished college? What if I would have graduated? What if I would have got a fucking career earlier, right? What if I would have did my job the way and graduated earlier? Kenya niece, she's graduating early, a year early before out of high school. We're trying to get her to understand, go ahead and do it. Get it out the way. Don't party and waste your fucking 20s thinking that that's the whole thing that you're supposed to do. And that's why I brought the question up. What are y'all thoughts on that? Go ahead, Nene. Go ahead, Damon. What you gonna say? And then Nene, go ahead.
I think it's a balance. I mean, because you can party and you can go out party, have a good time, but also still be about your business. You could go to work, do all of those things, and still take care of your responsibilities and still go out and party. So I feel like it's just having a balance. If you're strictly only doing one of those things, you're gonna regret. As you get older, you're gonna look back like, oh, maybe I was too serious when I was 20. Because I know people who didn't do any of those things and they got to 30 and 40. Now they're trying to discover those things. So I think it's just finding the balance and having that balance. But like one big thing you said is your mindset. When you're 20, your mindset, you know what I'm saying? Even if people told you you're still young and you still want to experience life, you're still exploring and seeing what the world has to offer before you a lot of times make a definitive plan on what I want to do and how I'm going to accomplish those things. So I think it's kind of just having a balance. Because I mean, you could be 30 years old and still do all of those same things. As long as you're, like I said, having a balance, take care of your responsibilities, and also having some fun, because that's life really, is to enjoy and have a good time and make moments with your family and friends.
Oh no, I agree. That's what I'm saying. I'm speaking on balance, so I like that you brought that up. Go ahead, Nene. What you was going to say?
I just feel like you only as old as you feel. I mean, I've been having the most time of my life in my 30s. I ain't even gonna lie to you. I've been having the best times of my life in my 30s. My 20s and my teens, I was a mother. I became, you know what I'm saying? I ended up having my daughter in my 20s, my mid 20s. So it wasn't until my 30s, I was like, you know what? It is time for me to have a little bit fun in my life. You know what I'm saying? I forgot what it was like to sneak into a club, go to 21 and oldest clubs, you know, often as my other friends did from high school. And like, I didn't really get to really experience that because I'm like, nah, yeah, I can't stay outside often because I got to get home to my child. So when I got to my 30s, I'm traveling, I'm going out, I'm getting drunk more than often. Yeah, I'm having me a good funky time.
But you still in balance.
It is a balance, but does it come with like ailments and your bones hurting, your knees, you know what I'm saying? Trying to do the little Megan Thee Stallion, you know what I'm saying? It takes a little while to get back up. You know what I'm saying? In my 30s, I ain't gonna lie to you.
No, I agree. But
I'm just saying, like, you know, I'm having me a good funky time right now.
Yeah, but
you're right, but Manini, these are the people, but we're talking about the people that actually done something in their life, like accomplished something, that went to school or actually been working. And
that's what I'm saying. You've been working on your nursing. I've been doing this since college. You've been working on your nursing and shit.
Right, and I've been putting on hold. I've been putting it on hold for years because I've been focused on my kids.
Right, but see, that's the difference. We're talking about the people who didn't grow up. These are the people who didn't go to school at all, who probably didn't go to high school or graduate high school, didn't do nothing else after that, or didn't go to college, or didn't think about a trade school, or it's not even working or working towards.
I mean,
I know some 40-year-olds we're talking about.
I know some 40-year-olds who just now getting themselves together. You know what I'm saying? Because
exactly. We're talking about those people, but people like you and
what if that's what you want, though? There's nothing wrong with just wanting it, though. What if you want to just go to work and get off, go to work, take care of your career, like pay your bills, and then go out and have a good time? What if that's what you want? Like, you don't have to have some glorious career or build a business if that's not what you want to do. What if you just want to be able to take care, pay your bills, clothe yourself, and go out and socialize with your friends and family? There's nothing wrong with that.
You can do that.
They're still taking care of that. They're still taking care of their. They're taking care of themselves, their food, clothing, and shelter. Other than that, like, really, what are they else responsible for if they don't have children?
But we the same. But we in the Black community, we the same ones that cry and bitch about we ain't got no money. We can't do this. We can't do that because we're more concerned with what Brittany said earlier: materialistic shit, partying, going outside, drinking, having fun, and we think that this is supposed to be a revolving door. And again, that's why I asked y'all, how long? You don't think that 10 years of partying I'm talking about for people that ain't balancing it out. I'm talking about for people that's
No,
saying.
but I mean, like, what if you, like I said, like, what if you just want to have a place to live, a car to drive, food on your plate, clothes on, and then after you have those basic necessities fulfilled, you just want to spend time with your friends and family, and you want to
But
go out
Devon,
and
you
go out
talking
and
about
party.
you talking about the
Okay.
average person that's just after high school, or if they didn't graduate high school, all they're doing is now they're just trying to find a job and trying to get a place. We were talking about people that actually accomplish stuff or just trying to work towards
What's actually
accomplishing.
accomplishing something? What is an accomplishment? Like if I want to just spend, like if I want to just have money to be able to spend time with my families and enjoy ourselves, what else do I need to accomplish? I've accomplished that already. I have money to take care of my basic needs, and then I have money to also go and socialize with my friends, which is what I want to do.
Go ahead, Brittany.
Okay, so I think you trying to say if I knew what I knew back then, I would have been, had a career by T.I. You feel me? Because back then you could have been balancing shit out. You know what I'm saying? But I understand. I think I understand where you're coming from. Like I said, like if I knew what I knew back then,
Yeah,
I would have been like more further than where I am now.
That's all I'm saying. And go back to what you said, Demond, just and Brittany, like it's a balance. What Kingy, it's a balance. It's like, why is only in our community that I've known that we are told to fuck off, to bullshit. We don't even, a lot of us don't even have a balance. We don't balance it out. How many motherfuckers you know personally, Demond, that still doing the same shit 6-10 years later? We'd have been out of high school fucking over 10 years.
I know a lot of people that's doing the same thing. I know a lot of people that's doing the same thing, but I get what you're saying. I understand what you're saying, but I also think that if you don't have to have, like, if you as a 20-year-old, you may not have any career goals or any goals to do, of those things, and it's not because you were told that. It's because you haven't discovered. You might get to 27. It's like, you know what I want to do? I want to buy a house. Now you go, okay, how do I have to buy a house? It's like you get to want those things as you get older, or you change your mindset. So the things that were important to me 7 years ago aren't going to be necessarily important to me. My consciousness, my mindset is going to change. I want something else. So then if it takes you to 30, now those niggas that's fucking 40 years old and ain't never really had no job, that's different. You ain't never had no job. You can't keep a job. You can't really take care of yourself. Your mama helping you. Now that's a different level of needing to grow the fuck up, because as you are a man and you need to be able to take care of yourself. I feel like if you can't do that, then you do need to grow the fuck up. But if you're a 17, if you're a 17-year-old, we all got that though. If we knew what we knew 10 years ago, we would all be further ahead, no matter how much you accomplish. If Steve Jobs knew what he knew at 50 when he was 30, he would have made more than we've been 10 years ahead on iPhones. Like, so I feel like you can't, it's kind of hard.
What I'm saying is we're not breaking the cycle. That's why I brought the question up. We're not us on the panel per se. I'm talking about in the Black community. We're still saying the same shit. That's why Charles somebody said what he said. We're still saying party in your fucking 20s, even with our own kids. We're not. Look, how many motherfuckers you know is preparing for their kids to college funds, preparing for their kids to do more than go beyond high school. We're not doing none of that shit. We're just simply. Go ahead. No, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, I think he was speaking to more old, like 40, 50-year-olds acting like they're 20, but they're not taking care of their responsibilities, more so than 20-year-olds partying and just he
was, but I'm speaking on from all ages, right? I'm even talking about I took what he said and I wanted to broaden in the aspect of even younger, right? From younger to old, right? At what point, why are we so afraid, whether male or female, to grow the fuck up? What and do what we supposed to do?
Because we don't want to die.
Yeah, we don't want to.
Because it's scary, damn it.
You're getting close to death, bro. So
growing up is scary.
Acknowledge that age.
Is not what it's supposed to be. It is scary. It is a lot of responsibility.
But that's the thing, Nene. Father time is going to show you that whether you want to embrace it or not.
Absolutely.
Father time is going to show you.
But I think a lot of people be afraid of like settling down, purchasing, homes, cars, finding a career, because it's like, damn, it's sinking in. Like, I really gotta grow up. Like, what? I gotta have responsibility. Like, I think some people are afraid of that.
But then we regret it when we pushing 50. We regret it.
You only regret it because the people that's surrounded by you. And I know people that don't.
Yeah, because you got people around you be like, girl, you could go get that fucking house. It ain't fucking scary.
Well, like men,
Or
they
you
like,
help
damn, my bro
somebody, like
married,
it's
so he
not a
got
big
kids.
deal. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like men be like, damn, my bro got his CDLs, or my bro, he don't win and got his doctrine and this, and you know what I'm saying? Damn, I'm in the same age as him, and I ain't been doing shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, damn, what the fuck I've been doing? And that's when reality really sink in. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I think when it comes to being growing up, you gotta watch the circle that you keep too. A lot of people be afraid of leaving certain people behind, but in order to elevate, you gotta change your circle.
Yeah. No, I agree. That's why earlier I said I left Chicago 5 years ago, and a lot of motherfuckers that I know personally didn't kick through it. I go on social media, them motherfuckers doing the same shit 5 years later.
Well, you know, this is Chicago.
What else you got to say, King? You got something else to add to it? Nah, you say it is what it is, huh?
I mean, it's just crazy to me because if we really think about just the like timeline, what college was set up for, it's like you could go to college and you could party them 5 years, and then you get your first career without even having a kid or whatever, and you could still have that entry level job. You got money now, so now you could travel, now you could do this, and you could eventually settle down. You could have that type of life for the normal person that end up taking that lane. But in the Black community, we just look at that like, nah, that ain't what we're gonna do. We're gonna party now, we're gonna be in poverty, we're gonna be fucking poor as hell, but we're gonna laugh through it, we're gonna have a good time, and then we're gonna wait until we 40 to do something. And then at that age, it's like now we competing because we're competing against 20-year-olds. Because at the end of the day, at 40, you're not even supposed to be in the same lane as a 20-year-old. And the bills, as you get older, shit get higher. Now look at us. Like back in the day, people our age, everybody own their houses. It's hard as hell to buy a house nowadays. It's hard as hell to live on one fucking person paycheck. Like life gets more expensive, and it's like we just waiting, and we just like, oh, we just gonna figure it out. But it's like, damn, how long you gotta take to figure it out?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
And then we having kids, and that's another thing. We be having kids and be taking their ass through the struggle too, and that's just normalized.
That's what I mean. When is enough enough? When is partying? When is all the bullshit enough in our Black community where we get on our shit? Even if it, and again, we could balance it, but we ain't balancing that shit out, man. Most people in that Black community, man, they fucking off, and they gonna continue to fuck off, and ain't nobody ready to grow the fuck up, relationship wise, kid wise, parent wise, job. Ain't nobody ready to grow the fuck up. Motherfuckers just out here fucking off, and you only. It's to me, I think that's crazy, man. And so I would encourage people, even my own kids, do not fuck off in your 20s. Yes, go have fun. Yes, have a balance, but bust your ass and get the shit over with, so you can continue to move forward, and you ain't gotta look back and say, "What if?" or "I wish if what I know now I would have did then." I'm tired of hearing that. Even for myself, what I know now I would have did. No, I want to know what the fuck now. I want to know. I want to know that shit. So I'm preparing my kids to know that shit. I'm trying to teach them. Let's get it in. Like I said, even with Kenya niece, she graduating early, right? So we're trying to encourage her. Go ahead and get that shit out the way. What you waiting for? What you waiting for? Come on, you can start college early. You could be done with college way earlier than you planned. Then you can motherfucker go ahead, jump into your career, start that entry job, and start building. Before you know it, you in your 30, you 35, and you able to sit back. You got a car, you got a house, you got this, you got that, and you chilling. Now you could be like, I want some kids.
And you get freedom. I don't think people understand that. Like, this is we need money to have freedom, because you gonna come on now. You get a sense of fucking freedom where if I want to fucking go to Europe and take off, if I want to go do this, if I want to go take up this hobby, you got that freedom. That when you sitting there trying to get your shit together, you don't have that fucking freedom because you got bills.
Nope. I'm literally I'm 33. So at 27, I started. I'm a truck driver. I'm doing good now. I'm making a lot of good money, but nigga, that shit took time. Look all the time I wasted. So yeah, I can enjoy it now.
Now you got 3 kids.
But now I got 3 kids. So you see what I'm saying? So now it's like, that's what I'm saying. It's like you're gonna find yourself catching up, trying to catch up. When if I would have done what I was supposed to do, I could have been able to enjoy my damn life a lot more with money before I even had kids. Well, that's what my mindset is.
Well, the kids get the money first now.
Hell yeah, my daughter. Shit.
But most people, most 20-year-olds that get money, they fuck it off before they're 30.
But that's what I'm
They get
saying.
money.
No,
So then
you're
you're just learning the lesson of you're just learning life lessons, like how to manage money at that point.
But that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. For us as parents today, we have to break that cycle when it comes to really teaching our kids, right?
Yeah.
And having a plan. Like my man said, my son is going to be the first one out the house. He's 12. He only got, he only got a certain amount of more years left. So it's like in my mind, your sophomore, junior year, we trying to sit down and make a plan. We trying to set up an ABC plan so that you're prepared and we ready to rock out. You see what I'm saying? So that we can go ahead and get you moving, get you out the gate. I just started college fund for my kids years ago, right? So it's like for me, it's that mindset that I'm trying to bring that nobody gave me. So it's like I hope the community and more people start understanding. Stop wasting your fucking 20s, right? Balance out.
The question right there, just saying like parents, like a lot of those people that are in those situations that we're speaking about haven't had those conversations, planning their future, talking about their future, what they want to do, what they can do, the time it'll take to actually accomplish it. I feel like that's why so many people are afraid, because they don't know.
Yep, facts. So I don't know. I'm just saying that's what I see going on in the community. That's why I brought that question up, and I like what Charleston White was saying. I'm gonna read these chats, then we're gonna go to the next one. Devin said, I think that's where we go wrong, trying to put our individual selves on success spectrum. That's too generic and simply wasn't designed for Black people to be a part of. And you could do all that and still be about business. I partied my whole college experience, laugh out loud, not too wild, but it was definitely a party. I mean, I did too. Shit, I had a ball. He said Steve Harvey said you ain't starting to make money until he ain't started making money until he was 40, and he wished he would have lived more instead of trying to rush the process and become successful. I mean, I get what you're saying, but I think like Damon said, it's a balance, right? We got to understand balance. Let's try to balance out kicking it, but also being on our business and handling our business. So
I think that comment speaks to my point of that's what I was saying to you. Like you can't really rush it because you still need to have the life experiences and.
No, I know I agree with you. You do, but again, that's why the word balance it out, right? So you'll be able to still look up and be like, damn, okay, I'm still moving, right? A lot of us think progress. What do you say? Progress? You think what do you say? Is you moving or are you in?
Are you in motion? Motion, you can just be standing running in place, but are you actually progressing and going?
Yeah,
moving?
and a lot of us, we just giving out motion. We just in one place, just legs moving, but we ain't move shit. We ain't went nowhere. We ain't went up the block or nothing. We still in the same spot. So that's what I'm saying. Balance. Like, make sure if you're gonna party that on the other end, you're moving. It's a prop. You gaining something. You see what I'm saying? So that's all it is. We're gonna go to the next video. This is Charleston White again. I'm gonna see what y'all think about this.
I had done a study with News 20. Because when I wasn't talking like that, wearing a bow tie, y'all wasn't paying me no attention. And I was going to the Supreme Court, changing laws and legislations in this country. I was working with over 50 U.S. congressional members, from Ted Cruz to Mark Rubio, Senator John Cornyn. I was on the front page of the American Bar Association Journal. I had done a study with News 21, Walter Cronkite School of Journalism. Y'all wasn't paying attention then. So, nigga, I gave y'all what y'all want. A ignorant motherfucking nigga that talk like them rappers. Now y'all listening. Now y'all paying attention, huh? I got y'all attention. Checkmate. Now let me tell y'all what y'all need to hear. We fucked up as a race of people since y'all so caught up into my delivery. 5% of children now are catching HIV from ages 13 to 21. What y'all worried about? 85% of the new chlamydia, all the new cases of teenagers. What y'all so caught up about? Nigga, only 35% of most kids in inner cities can read on or above their grade level. What the fuck are y'all talking about? These kids can't read. Cause when
I had two questions, but I didn't really know which one to ask. So I'm gonna put this one. Why is ignorance okay in the Black community? And then the other one I had was why is lies more entertaining than the truth? You know, so everybody don't give a fuck about, like he said, with the bow tie, he doing all this positive shit. Nobody give a fuck about it. But when he become ignorant, when he become, an asshole, and he talked to motherfuckers and his delivery ain't right. Now he got everybody ill. So why is ignorance okay in the black community, and why is the lie more entertaining than the truth? We're gonna go with Britt. Still there? Okay, we're gonna go with you, Demond.
The first question, why?
Go ahead. What you say, Britt?
What was the question? Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Why is ignorance okay in the black community, and why is lies more entertaining than the truth in the black community?
Why are lies more entertaining than the truth? Because a lot of people can't face the truth. They rather hear a lie than the truth because a lie is easy to deal with than the truth.
Okay. Go ahead, Demond. I like that.
The first question, why is ignorance okay in the black community, is because a lot of black people are ignorant. Not trying to be funny, but like meaning like as in they're ignorant as in like they're not ignorant people, but ignorant as in they don't know certain things. Like you say, like they don't know how to buy a house, they don't know how to get a car, they don't know how to fix their credit, how to keep their credit. So if most of us are that way, then it's okay to be that way because it's the blind leading the blind. And then to the why is a lot more appealing than the truth. It's because social media is entertaining. The lie just entertaining, and people want to be entertained because real life is hard and stressful. So they just go with that. Whatever get the most attention and most entertaining, I can laugh at, or I can feel better about myself because this person's going through something bad.
Okay. Go ahead, Kenya. What's your thoughts?
Why you gotta go?
Okay, go ahead, Nene. I'll come back to you. Look, she's still thinking too.
Because I gotta think. God damn.
Okay. I'll let you think it. Go ahead.
But I agree with him. It's the blind leading the blind. So ignorance is the lack of knowledge or understanding, or basically similarly of incomprehension or unawareness of things. So I think for black people, a lot of things like you mentioned about home and buying house, we're unaware of a lot of, important things when it comes to moving up in a scoreboard and things of that sort of nature. But I don't know why it's in the black community, because like we had just had that discussion about gatekeeping. Like we are prone to knowing a lot of things. If you want to do it and you want to learn it, it's there. It's in books. It's in within other people. It's the knowledge is there. We just don't put ourselves there. Like for some reason, I think for black people, not all, but for sometimes we have a lack of confidence in ourselves sometimes when it comes to holding a lot of knowledge. And then only that one, how often do you see a lot of black people with knowledge back in the day? Because when they were knowledgeable, they got killed. Malcolm X, Martin Luther King, things of that sort of nature. They were knowledgeable. They were aware of a lot of things. And nowadays it's it's looked upon like, oh, what the hell? Now this motherfucker think that. And
so you saying the white man?
Don't you start that shit.
Please don't start that
So you
shit.
saying the white man?
No. You ain't going. Look. Well, here's my thing though. He's being condemned. Did I say that right? Is that the right way to say it? Condemn? Is that how you say it? Condemn, right? I don't want to sound like, I don't want to sound like a dumbass.
Oh.
He's being condemned for the fact of speaking the truth. No difference between him and Kevin Samuels, who, in my opinion, spoke the fucking truth and is being condemned. It's motherfuckers that hate
this. Look at Kevin Samuels. He dead. Lord, may he rest in peace.
But what? That don't mean he died because he was. What you trying to say?
The Kevin.
I don't know. I mean,
obviously
you don't speak ill of the dead, but I don't even know how to answer that type of comment. Like he's dead. Was him being?
I mean, it don't matter that he did. We talk about Martin Luther King and them, like other people.
I think she said
some of that stuff he was saying was true. I ain't gonna.
Hey, some of the stuff he said was true. A lot of it was kind of bullshit.
So all black women who dislike Kevin Samuels are okay and happy that he's dead.
I never said I was happy. I'm not happy.
I plead the fifth.
I used to like his videos. He was funny as hell.
Hell yeah. And he was telling the truth. I ain't gonna cap.
A lot of people like Kevin Samuels don't exist anymore. And
That's
now
what
we
I'm
got
saying.
Charleston. That's his name, right? Charleston.
Yep,
He's speaking up, and now this man done got jumped on stage. Like, what the fuck? And all
Oh,
he
yeah,
said
he
was
gonna
that
keep
this
getting
money that's in
worse.
my hand, nigga, you paid for this show. This is your money. How I got upset about that?
And they started off.
He throwing it in their face.
But
So
no,
what?
no, no.
Nigga, you paid for me
I
to
didn't
be
see the
here.
video. I don't know.
No, they
I'm
was
grabbing that motherfucker back too.
they was cackling. They was being some cacklers in the audience because they didn't like him. So they purposely went to his show to be cacklers at the show. So because they were, he then started to do what he did, which was, you ain't got no money. How you talking shit and you paid to come see me and I got your money in my pocket and etc. But my thing is, when I went online and I started reading the video, I mean reading the comments and watching all the YouTube videos that people was making, my only concern is a man that speaks the truth like he does. Not saying he don't bullshit because he could be entertaining as well. He said I'm gonna give you the truth, but at the same time, there are moments in that conversation I'm gonna give you some bullshit to be entertaining. But I'm saying for the most part, and I'm gonna give you an example. God rest his soul. When he even talk about King Von, right? He ain't saying the reason why he's saying what he's saying because he's saying how can you glorify somebody that is documented of being a fucking serial murder, but yet we glorify him in the black community, and then we hate the man that speaks on to make it common sense to say, does that make common sense that you're gonna glorify somebody that is fucking a serial murder? It don't make sense. And then I watched the comments where all of these people, he ain't never met these motherfuckers, he ain't never did shit to these motherfuckers on a personal. They hate him for what he said. How can you hate somebody you've never met because he's talking the truth?
He also says that that's like the people on the internet just be talking because in real life people meet him and they actually respect him, and they even the people that say when I see you, I'm gonna beat your ass or whatever, they see him and they have conversations and they actually respect him. I mean, I think he get that reaction because he's really pulling on your emotions. Like he wants you to feel away, but he be accurate. And niggas don't want to hear that. Niggas tell you need to grow up and you need to get your shit together and stop doing this. I don't know you, bro. But then you not saying it though. You saying fuck King Von, fuck that nigga. Woo. So the niggas you just say they can't get past the delivery. You just said fuck him. I don't want to hear the rest of the shit.
But he already said he'd have tried it the polite way, and that's what I be trying to tell Kenya. If a motherfucker had tried it the polite way, I just say, hey man, can you please get your foot off the table? You don't understand that language. I'd have tried 3 different ways to give you this certain type of soft tone language. The only language you understand is, hey motherfucker, didn't I tell you get your fucking foot off the goddamn table? Now you understand what the fuck I'm saying. But why you can't?
Wrong, that's not effective communication.
Well, why we but why we in the black community cannot understand the soft way? See, we always talk about somebody and how they deliver it, but
ain't
why
nobody got to be soft? You just have to communicate effectively. Ain't nobody sitting there saying you to sugarcoat something. Just communicate effectively.
He said he already tried it and it don't work, and it don't. You know how many times in my own house so I got to tell my motherfucking kids soft? I didn't try it. Hey man, can you please stop?
Are we talking gentle parenting right now?
I'm just talking in general that effective communication in today's society. Don't nobody want to hear that shit. Motherfuckers only understand in the black community. You slap his ass.
I feel like who you communicating to. If you're a person that's communicating, like if you're your father communicating to your kids, is different versus a random ass nigga on the internet telling me that I need to get my shit together and I need to
another adult. Like
while I was taught differently. And my parents ain't telling me that. They my mama congratulate me because I'm doing because I'm giving her money every month for the bills. I'm out here doing some bogus shit.
That's what I'm saying. That's crazy.
Communication comes with comprehension.
Okay.
It does come with comprehension. That's true.
But when you talk to certain people, they already put their own personal feelings already right there.
Always do that.
Always.
Yeah.
So a lot of people already got their wall up.
That's what I'm saying.
I agree with his tactics and Charleston White, my man. I rock with him.
That's what I'm saying. Effective communication don't matter because if a motherfucker, as soon as you say, hey man, your shoes untied, you already offended. I'm trying to let you know don't trip. So you don't trip. You already put a motherfucking wall up. Like who the fuck you talking to? We in the black community, that's how we respond.
But also we got to sit there and think about it. If a person is not ready to receive something, why are you wasting your breath? Like why are you talking to somebody that clearly is not trying to receive it? That's making a fool of you.
Ready? The black community ain't never ready to receive this. That's why we behind.
Okay, then you move around. Go to somebody that can listen. Like you talking to a wall.
I would say on Charleston White though, he said it all the time though. I'm not trying to teach no grown nigga shit. I'm worried about the children. I'm talking to the kids. I'm teaching the kids because if anybody came to you and told you anything about yourself or your family, you gonna look at them like, nigga, who are you? Nigga, this is my kids. This is my wife. I don't want to hear your advice. I didn't ask for it. It's unsolicited advice, opinion. Nigga, I don't care whether you right or wrong. I'm a grown man like you. Don't come tell me some shit if I don't know you. You ain't qualified with me for the listen.
But you don't have to respond. Listen, he said on Cam Newton, motherfuckers be responding, but if you allow me to pull emotion out of you just by words, what they say about you? They ain't got shit. What they say about you?
We was in here arguing for like an hour and a half yesterday because I kept saying the white man. It's easy to do it.
But also, it is the thing is matching somebody's energy. If you ain't trying to if you don't want to get burned, don't come in the kitchen. You can't come at somebody aggressive and think you're not gonna get met with aggression. Like if you want somebody to be cool, calm, and collected, you talk to them cool, calm, and collected. But if you coming to me like bitch, this, that, and the third, a motherfucker come to you like bitch, who you talking to? Like that, like what type of communication are you really trying to have?
But I think Charleston White what he's trying to display and show is that we are a fucked up community, not just physically, but but mentally. And he's saying the way we think, the way we operate, it's absurd. It's crazy. And if you look at it, we that's why we're at the bottom of the fucking totem pole. Mentally, we are fucked up. Not y'all on the panel. I'm talking about just the community.
We fucked up too.
I agree, because we are.
Yeah, nigga, don't try to put us out of it. Don't exclude us, nigga. We fucked up with them. What up, my people?
I'm sitting here with a shirt that say "fuck these kids," okay?
We ain't.
Look, I think the black community man, it's a lot of work we gotta do, man. It's a lot of fucking work. If we don't figure it out, we're gonna continue to remain at the bottom of the totem pole. And people like Charleston White, motherfuckers, I respect him because I like the fact that he tell the truth and he does it in a common sense way. I feel like in today's society, that's one of the biggest things we lack is common sense. On both sides of it, male or female, we lack common fucking sense.
I think he's just putting the medicine in the candy, really. I think his brash and like disrespectful tone is just because that's what gets the views now. So now he can say all that he can come off wild and crazy. He's gonna get 1 million views in a day. But he's also able to give us the information and give us the statistics at the end of which is what he really want to do is give y'all this information. So he just used that to get the views and look. I think he's not really I think he's doing a good job, honestly.
I think
sometimes when he first came out, he be tripping though. Sometimes he do be saying some wild off the wall shit. Sometimes I'm like, all right, bro, you doing too much. You too hard to get the message. But that's be funny as hell.
What y'all think about the Deion Sanders thing? Me and Kenya had a fucking whole debate about that. What y'all going
to? Yeah, I watched all the Charleston White interviews. The whole thing. What do you say? Fuck Deion and his kid.
You hear that, Kenya? Fuck Deion.
I'm saying if y'all feel the way, say that, but don't get mad because everybody, if they was in his shoes, they would have did the same thing. That's what I'm calling out hypocrites because people always want to say fuck Deion, but then if they was in that same shoes, they would have did exactly what he did. Because ain't nobody gonna sacrifice and say, well, no, I'm not gonna take the money. I'm gonna stay here. Motherfuckers like, nah, I'm out. Everybody do it.
I need a backstory. What's the backstory to that? What happened?
I don't know who these people is. So
Deion Sanders is a football
player, right?
Right, he used to be a football player. He's a coach now. So what he ended up doing is he was at Jackson State at an HBCU teaching football. Right, we all know HBCUs are they at the bottom of the totem pole. So he created this limelight for that school. But like always, soon as the white man feel the need to go ahead and yank him up out of there and put him on their side of the fence,
he took the money and run.
I think it's kind of disrespectful when you make that comment when you say
but you talking about the football player took the money.
Totem pole, I think you might want to rephrase that because people take offense to that.
But it's a fact. I'm stating facts.
What?
That's not a fact. That's an opinion.
At the bottom of the totem
pole. That he sold out or that he took the money.
No, that the HBU that black colleges are at the bottom of the totem pole. Is they not?
That's
yes, true.
Anything with black people, we at the bottom.
I don't have. That's a fact.
So they had a video of when they had mold all in their dorm room.
I disagree on that one, bro.
Yeah, they just had a whole fucking walkout.
I didn't know that now.
There are some universities that don't have lots of resources, but there have been
that's what he means by that.
Amazing that graduated from those universities and have done really good
You
work.
taking
That's
offense
what
to
you
it.
mean by the bottom of the total pole. Is
No, I'm not taking
resources.
offense. I'm just restating what you said.
No, I'm not saying black colleges are bad. I'm saying they're at the bottom of the totem pole because of the lack of resources.
Reggie trying not to get you canceled. He's saying just don't say that shit. You finna get canceled by
Yeah,
saying
because there are people.
HBCUs at the bottom of the totem pole. Don't he said don't
They
say
have
that.
come out and made protesters about it. How can I get canceled for something that they have done themselves at the colleges?
They are at the bottom of the totem pole. They have the less. Not saying you can't get a quality education from there. That doesn't mean you're at the bottom
not
of the
what I
totem
mean.
pole. But as far as resources and facilities and infrastructure, they are
Yeah.
there.
Well, because I went to a HBCU for a year, but I would tell you that people take huge pride in their school, and they will say their school is just as good as a Ivy League school, regular state school, and they would take huge pride.
As far as getting the quality of education, but the lack of resources is what we're speaking on.
That's what we're speaking on.
You can get a quality education from there. Yes, that's true. I know I have figured with my family that went to HBCUs. I know friends that went to HBCUs. That's true. But they, as far as resources, programs, they don't have the same resources. So they're low on that aspect.
Indeed. Yes, I agree.
That's what I'm saying. I'm saying that's
Well, how the hell they don't got that when they be around for years? What's the problem?
Because they don't have endowments, like big endowments, like most schools, like when college when they graduate, the alumni.
Most of the money comes from the alumni.
Yeah.
What they give back to their schools, for most
like them floods
HBCUs.
and them HBCUs, like Clark Atlanta, I think Spelman.
Yes.
Some other HBCUs have floods.
Yes.
Right.
They should have fixed that shit because they making money too.
They don't have money. They don't have the money to fix it.
But
That's
a
the
lot
problem.
of these celebrities come from these colleges.
Yeah, they sponsor a lot of black colleges.
But that's Charleston White's point in saying fuck Deion Sanders. He's not saying fuck Deion Sanders as a person, as a man, because like most of us would have made that decision to go take the $20 million or whatever they pay him a year to come over here versus the $1 or less $1 million that they give me here. We all would have done that. But the point is, he's talking about to black people saying y'all following Deion Sanders and championing him when just a year ago we was hashtag HBCU and we were getting behind our own and supporting them. Now they lose that support because he left. So it's like fuck where he goes. Let's continue to support the school in these HBCUs. So that's what he means by fuck them, as in, hey, fuck worry about what he doing. Let's go back and focus on us again, like we were just doing last year.
Exactly, but we don't, and that's what I'm saying. We got away from it, like we always get away with all the calls. We just walk away and be like, oh well, whatever. We don't stand.
But that
up.
ain't Deion fault shit. That's the black people fault. Y'all made
But that's his point, though.
The money and ran, but y'all the culture. Y'all said fuck them too. Now I didn't tell y'all to say fuck them.
That's his point. Is he's telling Deion? He ain't saying Deion's like is Deion. He's telling black people no, like he did that, but pay attention to us still. Like Lil Wayne. I'm not even gonna say Lil Wayne out because that's my man's. But
Deion was given the opportunity.
He just didn't. The celebrities not coming to these HBCUs no more.
Anybody was
they're not reposting them or nothing
in order to elevate themselves. It doesn't mean that you don't care about HBCUs. It's just somebody saw your greatness. Somebody saw what you did.
See, that's the problem.
And they wanted to give you an opportunity to elevate. And I don't think there's nothing wrong with what he did.
That's you falling for.
I do think there's something wrong with what he did because he did recruit people to come, the kids to come there and promise them something, and then he left. And so now these kids all came here to be coached by you, and you left.
Do you believe he left behind Jackson State in a good company? Everything that he's accomplished. Do you believe that he left it better off than what it was?
Because the support only came when he was there, and it stopped when he was gone when he left. So that's he did.
But that's
he did
the
a good thing
problem
while
too.
he was
Why the
there.
fuck are we glorifying one person and not the whole entire establishment? That's the problem.
That's his point. That's the point.
I agree.
I'm just another person.
But that's why Charleston White is saying fuck Deion. We're sitting here glorifying Deion, and we were glorifying him from when he was at Jackson State. When the opportunity came from him to sell out and go grab that bag and say fuck them kids, that he asked and he went motherfucking to the hill to promote and get them to come to that college. Soon as the bag was on the table, he said fuck them kids, but nobody cares about the kids. Nobody cares about the motherfucking college kids that came to that school because of him and believed in him. No, what he said was fuck y'all. I'm gonna take who I'm gonna take, and I'm gonna take this bag, and y'all can kiss my ass. And it's like, how do you? That's some sellout shit. How do you do that to somebody?
Get out of here.
What would you do, RJ? Would you have stayed at Jackson State, or would you took the money?
I would have stayed at Jackson State.
You're lying.
I'm telling you,
I ain't gonna lie to you. I would have.
How much money it was?
I would have took the money. I would have stayed another year though. I think the kids that he recruited, he do owe the responsibility to them to coach.
You act like, but y'all act like he was there for a couple of months. He was there for 3 years.
Basically, they used
but yeah, exactly. So he have kids that he's recruited for 2 years that he's talked to and got them to come to the school, and then he left them. So I'm saying, like, of course, I would have wanted to took the money, but you also do all those kids some sort of responsibility. If you sat down in their parents' living room and told them that I'm gonna take care of you.
Did you know that Dion invested most of his money? He invested most of his money by helping that school in general, by giving back, especially when they had that once they had that water crisis, when they had lead in their water. He was giving back to that university by buying all those things that the student body needs.
He wasn't the only one. It was other fucking celebrities.
He got his own resources.
You're correct, but does that not negate the fact that he abandoned some children that he promised to coach and take care of?
What did he promise? Did he promise him that they was all going to the NFL? Because that's not
promised
possible.
him that he promised him that they was going to come to a program. They only get 4 years of eligibility. He promised them that he was going to be their coach and he was going to teach them the game of football and help elevate them. But he didn't do that. I mean, I'm obviously I can't speak to exactly his words, but what I'm saying is he got these kids to come here based off of him and his likeness. And then he left when they came in. When he could just say, "Actually, I'm not gonna be here."
Exactly. But what I'm saying is he took the people along with him that was gonna help him win.
Son.
And it's a
his son. What the fuck are you talking about?
Son.
Guys, you don't understand that it's a business. We talking about money involved. This is about trying to elevate because you're only gonna take the ones that are good enough.
This is why
they operate off of this is a business. I'm out here for a business move.
With you.
He didn't tell them kids.
But what I'm saying though, then say that. Let them know, say this. Hey y'all, I'm here. This is a business move. Don't say this is, and we need to get behind HBCUs and we need to support our own. And you say all of these things, and then you leave. Then you get a better opportunity.
Do you guys follow his son's social media channel? Look up his YouTube channel. It's called Well Off Media. He had a 20-minute interview. First of all, he had a 20-minute segment where he took all of the players and all the coaches, and he had a meeting, and he said that he was going to take the job at Colorado way before taking the position before the last game of the football season. And he said that he's grateful for the opportunity, and he was going to leave his coaching job to TC Taylor. He's a guy that graduated from Jackson State University that was under Dion, under his tutelage while he was coaching there. So he left him in good hands. He left the coaching staff in good hands. He left the athletic director that stayed there in Jackson State in good hands. What are you talking about?
No, you're missing the concept.
But yeah, he left him in good hands. But again, those people the attention came with him. Those kids came. A lot of those kids
Dion
came
told all the boys that were all sophomores, juniors, or whoever was going to come up. He said, guys, it is your definitive choice if you want to stay here or come with me. He's telling them up front before the game even starts.
It's a 92% white. It's a 92% predominantly white school. All the motherfucking kids is not going up there, so that was bullshit.
But why is that his problem? He gave them an option
because he made it his problem when he took the job.
Exactly. You not making sense. We can't stay on it too
long.
But
don't coaches ain't that their job to motivate motherfuckers to come? Like at the end of the day, that's like if your hiring manager hire you for a job, they could get fired tomorrow. They got to stay there because they hired you.
But getting fired and leaving is getting fired. And I came here because you came and recruited me to come to here, and then you leave. That is kind of crazy. Like if you work at your job now and somebody comes like, and I don't know, Keisha Cole, I don't fucking know, just name somebody, came was like, hey, you come work over here. Hey, we gonna have it this way. We walk the band, promise you these things, and then you get over there, and then they like, actually, I just took another position over here. I'm gone. You're gonna be like, damn, I quit.
That's your risk that you take. I mean, at the end of the day, you are the
business
of your own life.
This is all the community.
He ain't owe you nothing. Cause you,
I don't think he owed.
You know damn well you would have took that money too.
He should have signed a contract or something like knowing guarantee before you.
I think he should. I think he should have. I would have took the money too, but he's still left behind people that he didn't fulfill his obligation to some people.
But why would they leave?
What do you mean?
I didn't. You have to get accepted to that school and that program. You can't just go there.
He helped them win SWAC championships. What are you talking about? They accomplished great things. They had an undefeated season. They had great football records.
You missing the point, Reggie. But we gonna be all day with that.
It's not missing the point. You're misguided on that one.
But I thought the team is the team. The coach don't mean shit. Ain't the team bigger than the coach?
No.
Shouldn't they be able to pick up the pieces?
The coach is the
right.
boss.
Dion.
Yeah, that's like a
Jackson State
is change.
Man,
Since
fuck
since
that. I'm
since
taking the
Dion
money
left,
too. I'm
Jackson
gone.
State has a
Every
losing
time I'm
football
taking
record.
the money
They
too.
have a losing football record. But that has absolutely nothing to do with Dion. That's up to the coach, the current coach, who's supposed to continue on the culture that Dion set, that he trended for.
Nah,
Dion
But
has
it's not.
nothing to do.
It's not really about the football worker. It's about really the black people being behind HBCUs because Dion was at a HBCU and then he left, and now everyone's behind
He
a
was
white
there for
school. So
3
all of those.
years.
But
He was
again,
there for
all of
3
those.
years.
I understand how long he was there, but what I'm saying is we're not black people itself. Like we were behind this, our cause for our own, and then he left. Now everybody's Colorado Buffalo fans. Everybody, and it's like, no, why are we not still paying attention to them? Like you said, he left them in good hands. He left with a coach that went there. So why aren't we still focused on it? Why aren't celebrities still pulling up to Jackson State like how they was when
Jackson State?
Yeah, everybody just forgot about that shit. Why they not pulling up? It don't even got to be Jackson State, Gremlin, whatever, any HBCU.
They ain't doing
whatever.
hashtag gone.
Because nobody has the kind of caliber that Dion has. I mean, that's why he's prime.
Oh, why not stay in the black league, nigga?
But why is that responsibility
I don't
on
think
him
he has to
though?
stay-
Like that's
I don't think he
unfair
has
to put
stay in
all
the
that
black
on one
league, but-
person.
Exactly. They don't get.
He has to stay there forever. But I'm saying, for me, is the only problem I have with what he did is that he did leave behind some responsibility to those.
So you
boys that he
think? So you
promised to
think
coach
one
them.
man was going to change the whole trajectory of the HBCU experience?
Like he was
did. To your point, when he got there, everybody was like Jackson State celebrities pulling up to the games. They're on the sidelines. We were championing behind it. He left. That support for the school stopped. So we can still support that school and also support him. Why he over here in Colorado and say you over there, but we're not doing that. We stopped supporting the school.
But why not we hold the culture accountable instead of this one person?
That's his point of saying fuck Dion. We keep talking about Dion, but it's really about us supporting these schools and not.
That's why we should say fuck the black community. Stop saying fuck Dion because that's one person. Say fuck us as a whole. That we're all fucked up. We need to do better.
But it's not saying fuck us like in the sense of like fuck you, I hate you. It's in the sense of fuck worrying about that. Let's focus back on this.
But think about it. Had Dion stayed and fulfilled his promise, is what you guys said. Had he stayed, was the level of HBCU competition was going to rise? Was Clark Atlanta going to get involved and get a whole football team? Was Morehouse going to get involved and get a whole football team? Everybody going to elevate. Who are these people that's going to invest in their schools like that because Dion stayed?
It's the support. It was the support that he gave. I think yes, if he would have stayed there and people continue to support Jackson State, then other people would have started supporting their schools. It was a big push.
What if they would have started losing? Then what? If the players would have started losing, then what? Would they still been pulling up?
It wasn't about them winning or losing.
Yeah, if Dion asked them to pull up,
yeah,
that's why they came in the first place. They didn't come because they was winning. They didn't know if he was going to win or not. They just knew it's Coach Prime, and he called in favors.
Yes, it was about the energy that someone finally brought to HBCUs that nobody has done. So we're saying that why not keep that same energy and keep it going, so then it becomes a ripple effect where now it hits this school, it hits that school, it hits that school, and before you know it, instead of us going across the track over there to the white folks now has to force themselves to come on our side of the track and play by our rules. But that's the problem. We get so consumed with the bag that we, instead of continuing the process and going deep into it, we'll start the process, and as soon as the white man come knocking at the door, we jump on their side of the track, and then we say fuck everything that we were building on our side of the track. And we're saying stop doing that. Keep staying on our side of the track and make them come over there and stay on our side. We'll never make them come on our side.
How we don't know if his whole goal was to be a coach at a PWI? How y'all know that wasn't his end career?
Even if that was his goal,
he was starting here to get there. How do y'all not know that?
Even if that was his goal, he still did it wrong with the kids. Even if that was his goal, he still did it wrong with the kids.
Those are young adults. Like we gotta start. They're not little kids.
Young adults,
Those are young adults.
It still don't matter. It still don't matter.
He changed the trajectory.
When he got there, he said he was going to help build the HBCU for like football programs. He was going to bring more attention back to HBCUs. He did say that, and he knew when he took the job that it wasn't going to be about that. It wasn't going to be no money, and it was a building process.
He did so much for that university. They should give him a statue. They should give him a statue as much as he did for that university. All his resources that he put into that school.
Reg, we gotta leave Dion alone because you on this ball sack. All right, get off his
No,
balls.
you're misinformed.
No,
Not
I'm
the
not
boss, you
misinformed. I
misinformed.
did my homework.
You
I'm not
misinformed.
misinformed.
You
No,
know
I'm
what
not.
what your problem. You know what your problem is. You think
Go
you think everything is always just about the black experience. You would have taken that money to elevate yourself and elevate your family. That's what you would have did.
No, I wouldn't. No, I wouldn't.
That's what you would have did.
No, I wouldn't.
You
He
didn't want to
definitely
admit.
would
Not talking
have.
about no poor, but like he
refusing to
rich
do.
already, bro. So we not talking about like
on my values. No, the fuck I wouldn't. If I
No,
made
it
an
didn't.
obligation with my who I am today, if I made an obligation, and this is the thing, I'm not even with even who I am today. I'm not aiming to be a fucking billionaire or be a rich ass type
It's
of
not
nigga.
about being a
No. Let me
It's about
set you straight. Let me set you straight. Let me set you straight.
about leaving
I'm
better
not
for
aiming.
us.
No, look, let me set you straight. I'm not aiming to be this motherfucking type of billionaire dude. See, I'm comfortable in my skin. I'm comfortable in the house that I got. I'm comfortable with the type of car I drive. So I ain't no fucking sellout. So if I made an obligation, if I made a commitment to my black community, I'm gonna stand on that shit because that's who the fuck I am.
What makes him a sellout?
You sell out niggas is what that's the problem. You always chase
Sell
the
out what?
fucking bag. You
He
chase
gave
the
back
bag.
his own
You
money
chase
to
the
university. How you sell now? It's his own money.
He's a sellout. He's a
How you
sellout.
don't know his bills? The recession hit him.
I don't
His
give a fuck
money
about
ain't
his
doing the
bills.
same
He's
thing
a
his
sellout.
money was
It's
doing. He
been-
needed
it's
the
been-
more
Kenya, I
money.
don't think he
It's been
understands.
shown in Black history.
he's also,
Black
but he's also
motherfuckers
playing. He
sell out
also
motherfuckers.
said
money out of
he
his
also
own
said he would
pocket to the
leave
school.
if somebody drafted his son to that team. He will be interested in coaching at that team in the NFL.
Exactly.
Too.
That was always a
So
fucking
he's
motive.
also really just following where his son going and like
It's a motive.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So that means
So-
that he was never there for the kids.
But
So why
he
y'all
don't. And
upset
that's the
about
point,
it?
though.
that's
But they
the
don't
point
make it
though.
right.
Like,
If that's
yeah,
your
They
theory,
don't make it right.
if that's
You gonna get your career off the ground and your son by stepping on your motherfucking counterparts back, and you don't give a fuck how you treat the adults that you said sir that you sold a fucking dream to, but you're willing to step on their back to get your own fucking bag and get your son the bag.
Maybe you should have didn't buy
That's
it.
what's wrong with the black community
You
now.
should never
We don't even
bought it.
throw our own kind under the motherfucking bus to get a fucking head. That's the problem.
How he set them up straight. He just left. He
He
didn't
set
leave
them
them
up
in a
straight.
fucked up place.
Nobody's talking about HBCUs. Nobody gives a fuck about
Who
HBCUs.
fault is that? That's on the culture. That's not on him.
That's on
Would
all
it
of
been
them.
more
He did use
acceptable
the
had
black
he
community.
said that?
He did use the black community to up his level to be able to be
He
eligible to
did.
even coach at Colorado State.
So
Because
But
Colorado
would it
State
been
wasn't
more
looking-
Are you saying his whole
acceptable?
persona is fake?
No,
What?
Nene,
And
what
what
would have
he
been more
realized
acceptable
not
is that he stood his ground and stayed on our side of the track. Why do
No,
Why
what
you
if he
gotta
said, I
stand
just
up?
want to use y'all? What if he just said bluntly, I just want to use y'all. I want to use the black community to get ahead. Y'all still been upset. You can't win for losing.
At least he would, but still be okay. Be honest though, he wasn't honest.
I think
So you say his
Yeah.
intentions weren't pure from the beginning when he took the job? at Jackson State?
No, it wasn't.
Oh, wow.
It
Oh,
wasn't.
wow. That's bold. That's really bold.
No, that's facts. It wasn't. It wasn't. No matter how you switch the lane and turn it up, he had a motive, and he used black kids to motherfucking project his career.
Young
And once
adults.
he projected his the young adults, and once he project, we do it in the black community on a regular basis. This is nothing new. Black folks sell out black folks 24/7.
If it's nothing new, why the fuck y'all so mad?
Because when will it stop? That's the
It ain't never
problem.
gonna stop.
Exactly. If
Well-
that really is the case, then why y'all so mad? If that really is the case,
Because it's a shame. It's a shame that money drives motherfuckers to sell out their own, and it's fucked up.
Money is the root of all evil.
the love of money is the root of all evil.
The love of
Not
money.
money.
Love,
The
not
love of
money.
money.
The love of money is the
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. He loved the money, so he chunked the doses.
Jason.
Honestly, I don't
So
think it's
don't
about the
be mad
money. I
if we
think it's
call
more
his ass
about
a sellout.
I
He's
think
a
it's more
fucking
about his
sellout.
son going to college, like going to getting his son into the NFL. I think it's
Exactly.
more than that's what I think it's more about. I don't think it's about the money because he's not a poor nigga. Like, you know
No,
what I'm
he ain't a
saying?
fucking poor nigga. Y'all think
So I
this
think it's more
motherfucker
about
got
that.
money? Who the fuck
Because all
go
the
to
endorsements and stuff he would get, he
HBCU?
still would get those anyway. I think it's
He
just
got
Man,
it's
them
more about his
endorsements.
son
He was
going
given
to getting his son to
he was
college. I
given
mean,
an
to NFL.
opportunity for his
Demar,
he was given
Demar.
opportunity for his good work.
Demar, the man had Reggie. The man, you talking about something? He gave his salary to the school. The man had fucking endorsements. He's an ex-football player who's in a motherfucking whatever. When you get the
He
gold
got
jacket,
divorced twice though. So
it
you
don't
know.
matter. Come on, now that man got money. He got money.
He came out of his own pocket and gave back to a university that didn't even pay him what he should be
Yeah,
deserved.
he didn't do.
What he's at
So
now.
because you did one, if you did something right, when you do something wrong, then it's not wrong now because you did something right.
Right, so that make it
Both
okay to
things
step
could be
on somebody.
true. He could have
negatives,
did all
do
of those
make a
things and it was right,
positive.
but it is also wrong for him to. I feel like it's wrong for him to just leave those kids like that. I think that's the only thing. That
That's what I'm
like
saying.
him taking the
Nobody
money,
give a fuck
him
about
just
this
leaving the
young
kid
man.
like that is
Fuck
kind
them
of
young adults.
But that's their future.
So it's
Like
so
we're
wait a
talking
minute.
about,
So
we're talking about raising the kids and like giving them a better mindset. A lot of them don't got daddies and shit anyway. So then now that is they trust this black man and then he disappoint them again. So now you
those
just
young adults, so
now
those
you're
young
not breaking
adult
that
men
curse
who
and you just
can't make their
perpetuate it.
grades because they're not smart enough, they can't get to Colorado. Is Deion fault?
It ain't about
They
going
can
to
get-
fucking
it's not-
Colorado.
I don't think it's not that they can't get into Colorado. I don't know they academics or they financial situation. None of
That
that. I
has to
know
be the
that
case
they.
because
You
most
missing a
But
point.
even if they
because
could get into Colorado, that's 1 year they've already lost in eligibility because they played there. They only get 4 years. You wasted one of my years.
Exactly. That's like me. That's like as a stepdad, I came into my son's life, motherfucker, selling him a dream. I'm gonna be the best father, and I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do this. And then soon as he motherfucking, I get well good in with his mama, I motherfucking be like, nigga, fuck you. I just sold this man a whole motherfucking dream, a whole motherfucking whatever. Then made him feel a certain way. And now I done stepped on his back, stepped on his head to fuck his mama, and I'm like, nah, nigga, fuck you. I done got the pussy.
And left her for a white woman.
And left her for a white woman.
Human being.
Yeah, left her for a fucking white woman. And left her for a
That
white
would
woman.
be my
Yeah.
motherfucking fault. Because why would I let you do that? Like, why would
Exactly.
I put my child in a situation on that? That's not.
Why would
You don't know.
believe in
You
trusting
don't
that?
know
Why
what the
would you
fuck I'm
believe
gonna
in
do.
And look,
trusting a
and
gentleman
any
like
mama,
this?
and any mama that would accept something like that, she a damn.
You
fool.
don't know. You don't know. That's the point. Deion was not honest. You don't know. You don't know that I'm finna do that.
Okay,
Not
next
bashing,
subject. Okay,
not victim
then
blaming. Not victim blaming.
Yeah. Let me get to the next. Right. Let me get to the next subject because Reggie ass is all on Deion Sanders' sack. The next.
I think you dick ride Charleston White. Honestly, like get
No,
off
I'm
that
not dick
train.
riding Charleston White.
Let it go.
I'm just
Hold
a fan.
on, Kenya. He love the hell out of
White
Anton
did go
Daniels.
on in that
That's
interview
my
to
baby.
say that I know
I
Deion
love that man
Sanders
too.
from my work in Dallas. He did go on to say I know Deion Sanders from my work in Dallas, and Deion Sanders has always been like real showboaty, and it ain't been about the kids. He be fucking their mamas and shit like that. He did say that. He said I do know this person. It's not his thing is not about the kids like that. It's about being flashy and being the man.
Yep.
Like he shows when he out there. He's like, that's also to his point. That's why he also said that too, is because I know him. And I've been doing this work for 20 years or 12 years with him. And this is what he do.
Exactly. Fuck you talking about. Nah,
So how you mad at somebody for being who they are?
Cause
I
it
ain't
ain't
mad.
right.
It ain't right. The fuck? That's all it is. It ain't right. Here go the next last video. God damn it.
Much more who understand it's a broken culture, it's a broken society, and hip hop is hurting things. But I also want to talk to you about something I've realized, even if Black Americans are aware and know their history, right? And you can get Black conservatives who understand the history much more, who understand, the ills of the left and what the left has done. But still in that regard, they bring to the conservative side the same bad habits that I was hoping Black conservatives would be abandoning. And what I'm talking about, number one, is conflict resolution. Black Americans do not know how to resolve basic conflicts. Everything has to turn into a fight. I hate you forever. You got to draw lines. It's like you're this gang or that gang. And you still see it happening in politics. Mm-hmm. It's a broken.
Is anger and violence all we know? It seems like that's all the fuck we know. What's y'all thoughts?
You
Go
come
up.
out very anti-Black, like
Yeah, right. Because the Black community is fucked up, and I'm sick of it.
Exactly.
I'm sick of it. Go, Nene. What? God, I know you be out here talking with the angerness.
What? I choose violence all the time.
Exactly.
That's because people tend to play with your car. They try to check your temperature a lot, and that's one thing I don't like. I don't like nobody trying to pull at my strings of my brain because I may know something you don't know and vice versa. So why are you meddling with me? And I feel like a lot of Black people, we don't know what our triggers are, so that now we don't know how to converse. And so when we hear an opinion, it's never considered as criticism. It's considered as something else. Oh, you triggering me and this is this. And it's like we can't differentiate what is what. Everything comes off as confrontational for some reason for Black people, and I never understand it. But for some reason, we gonna always choose violence. For us, we'll be like, oh, I cut off this person in a heartbeat. I don't mind talking to this person. Oh, I'm gonna block this person. Oh, this person done pissed me off. Okay, that's it. I'm done. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know. A lot of people don't understand their boundaries. A lot of people don't understand their triggers. And then you got some people who just crazy as hell. They gonna always want to fight or try to kill. And I don't know.
Uh-huh. See,
I don't think
Go ahead. Go ahead,
Can I go?
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh.
She come back in.
We were just talking about Charleston White, so I literally was watching the video and he talked about this, and I agree with what he said. He said the reason conflict resolution in Black communities isn't good is because a lot of men for boys are raised by their moms. There's not a lot of that. It's the lack of having a father in your life. A lot of Black men are raised by their mom. When they mom and women and your mothers generally don't whoop you because you did something wrong. It's generally because they upset. Like I'm not upset but frustrated. And you did something, so I feel like, and so it's not a consistent thing. Like you did this wrong, so you get a whooping or you on punishment or whatever because you did this. Sometimes like you get the fuck out of my face, shut up, and smack you or whatever, and be quiet. Don't ask me no questions. I'm your mama, type shit like that. And I think that's true because then men grow up to not know how to handle their emotions, and when they get upset, they know when their mama get upset, get frustrated, she yell at them or hit them or tell her go in the room and get out her face. So when they get older, they do that. That's how they learn how to handle their anger. It's through emotion and not through thinking and rationalization. So I think that's why a lot of men handle their emotions that way. But because like for me, my dad, I grew up with my dad, so like I'm able to like even when I'm upset to think rationally in this situation, and I just go to I'm finna kill somebody or I'm finna beat this nigga ass or whatever.
See, that's some good shit. What you got to say, Kenya?
I don't know what shall be for me, but I just feel like as a whole we lack emotional awareness. I feel like a lot of times we don't know how to regulate our emotions, and a lot of times the only emotion we know are the extremes. Like we don't know the build up. The only thing we know is I'm either I'm mad, sad, or happy. Like these are the only three emotions when it's a lot of emotions in between, and we don't know how to regulate them. And I don't know if that just comes from the mother, because I know it's some daddies that don't have patience too, that as soon as a kid do something wrong, a daddy will whoop the child. So I don't know if that's necessarily a female thing, but I think it's more so a Black thing.
I don't want to just throw like Black mothers under the bus. I mean, just in general, like how men and women like handle their anger. It's some dudes, you're right, that get mad, and they fathers that do the same thing. But most generally, is more of the woman does that more than the men.
Yeah, I think it's.
And it's not to their like I'm not like blaming them either, because also being a single mom and frustrated raising all these kids, so you're gonna be frustrated with life in your situation, and it's not like an intentional thing. It's just she's frustrated, and I just need you to get the fuck out of my face for a second so I can get myself together to fucking feed y'all and help make y'all home, do y'all homework and shit.
Yep. I think it's the lack of self-control too, and just emotional regulation. They don't know our emotions.
Yeah, what's your thoughts, Reggie?
Yeah, man. See, this is why I date white women. I'm just playing.
Hey, bro, don't do that. Hey, also, can I say something real quick? I got beef with all the women on here because when Reggie said that Black women are like, all right, I got attitudes and be yelling and shit. Y'all was supposed to eat him up.
You just made me choke, man.
Just let him get off with that shit. Then he come back on here talking about some accountability. Now he come back talking about that's why I date white women.
Yeah, let's change the subject. Let's change the subject.
But hold on, but this you force me to call because you keep saying anger and violence and you relate it to Black people. Like this is why I don't want to deal with that type of shit. I don't want to engage in it.
Reggie, you're Black.
Deal with
that. Reggie, you Black motherfucker. Hell no, man.
Yeah.
Y'all is funny, bro.
I mean, I don't understand. I understand the violence part. I mean, damn, I would hope I don't encounter something like that. But I don't know. That's just something Black people are accustomed to, man. They get used to it. They get their rocks off with stuff like that. I mean, it's one of those things that what Kenya was talking about. Just us as people lacking emotion. Like I guess Black people really don't know how to freely express themselves without trying to be angry about something. Trying to be very loud. So. It comes off across as like really like aggressive, and for some people, like I said, such as myself, like I don't engage in type of stuff like that. I don't know how to I don't know how to handle stuff like that. If you can't have a simple conversation, I just feel like you need to get the hell away from me. Get the hell away from me. I don't want to deal with none of this. So yeah, but I don't have those problems like that. So
was your mama like that? Had Damon just described saying that when she only hit you when she was frustrated?
No, it's more so the yelling part, not the hitting part, just yelling part. Like something like it'll be something that she doesn't like really like, and she'll just raise her voice and get loud and stuff like that. And I'll be like, "Hey, mom, turn it down." Like,
Can
why?
we agree?
Like,
that
Did your
dads-
daddy ever raise his voice at you?
yeah. He will also hit me though too. But he will hit me. That's the thing. He will raise his voice and be aggressive.
Can we understand? Do we agree that dads and moms, when it comes to discipline, they discipline differently? Do we agree?
Oh, absolutely.
Yes, indeed.
Absolutely.
Indeed. Yes. Indeed. My dad was basically like the force. He was a full force. Like he could do both. He can yell as powerful and it can feel like he hit us, and he can actually hit us. It will feel like you feel the effects from that. No, I think mothers they're more effective when they use their voices. I don't know what it is, but they're more because the hitting part is kind of like it doesn't unless you got a heavy-handed mama that could really hit your ass, you'll feel it. But other than that, no. The voices when they raise their voice, it cuts a lot deeper, especially for black men or black boys. Like, damn, that's a bit much. So.
What you was gonna say, Demar?
I just think with dads and moms, for the most part, like dads are more generally like when you're in trouble, they kind of like, well, for at least for my experience, like when they're generally it's more rational. Like they will explain to you like what you did, or you kind of know exactly where you stand. I feel like with mothers, even like my mom, sometimes like when she don't like something or she upset about something, it's more of an emotional reason. Like, I don't like this, so I'm mad. Or not versus like, you did this and this is the way you did something wrong. You need to do it this way because this is how you need to do it, or something like that, if that makes sense. It's my dad is more logical, and my mom sometimes she's upset. It's more of like an emotional thing.
That make 100% because that's how I am. I'm more of a you did this, stern, but I'm telling you why the fuck you in trouble. Like you did this wrong. You didn't do this. That's how I'm more stern. I'm more like, I'm on your ass, boy. You ain't getting away with shit. So it is a difference.
Yeah, my dad didn't have to be mad at me to like discipline me. Like my mama knows when she disciplines, she's upset, like she's angry or mad or frustrated or whatever. Like when she disciplines, that's kind of, I feel like is a thing.
Yeah.
But for full disclosure, like all the women on the panel though, y'all are amazing. See, y'all can yell and scream or whatever.
Don't
like,
backtrack it now.
Get your ass out of here.
Hell no. You said that shit like 5 episodes ago. Like, they black women because they angry and attitudes.
Y'all cool.
No, Reggie.
But the other ones, I can't deal with y'all.
They in the comments on you right now,
Reggie be trying to can, but he can't. He be trying to can.
Yeah, he do. He be talking.
But y'all on the panel, y'all can raise and yell. Hey, y'all can do no wrong in my eyes. Swear to God, y'all
is looking up like it ain't shit.
Why you shake your head, Denise?
He's checking up, baby. They heard you talk about snow bunnies, motherfucking a bunch of episodes. Now you trying to talk about something? Yeah, I love you, black sisters. Get your ass.
I still love y'all.
That's why I date white women.
Y'all think I don't love y'all?
The first thing you said is that's why I date white women. Then you went on to say that's why I don't deal with black people.
Right, your credibility.
Y'all genuinely think I don't love y'all for real. Straight up, y'all genuinely think I don't love y'all. Like I'm just being fake with all y'all on this panel. Like I don't love y'all for real.
I think you don't like black people.
I think I don't love y'all for real.
I think you don't like black people, bro.
Crazy.
I think you don't like black people, bro.
I broke my heart with this one.
You break my heart every episode, bro. I'm traumatized, nigga.
I'm traumatized. You don't like black. You don't like my mama, man. She black.
You tell us I'm not black. I'm Reggie, bro. Stop it.
Hey, I like that one.
I'm just Reggie. No, I'm just Reggie.
I'm just Reggie. I ain't black. I'm just Reggie. Oh, man. Now we know you. We know you love black women, man. We know you love black women, though. Allegedly, right? Allegedly. So, I damn. I appreciate y'all, man. Y'all want the other one? Y'all want one more? Or y'all done? We done.
I'm down.
Hey, I got a topic. I got a topic we could talk about though.
Hold on. I gotta play Nene topic. She asked me to play. I was gonna wait till next week. I thought y'all might want to. I'm gonna play this one. Man,
What by your choices, by your behavior. We talk about a lot of things, but we never really talk about setting the tone in your relationship. You set the tone by how you express yourself, by how you show up, by your choices, by your behaviors, by your actions, by the words that you use. How are you treating and showing up in your relationship? Can your partner be themselves, or do they walk on eggshells because of your mocking, your constant interruptions, your belittling, patronizing, condescending behavior? Are they comfortable speaking and raising concerns and speaking about how they feel, or do they have to worry about your deflection, your dismissiveness, and your justifications, and your over-explaining or you minimizing their feelings? Do they shut down now because of the way you have poorly handled and managed conflict in the past, or maybe the tactics that you have used, manipulation and persuasive and control tactics that have just overwhelmed them emotionally? Has each disagreement or raised concern resulted in an argument? How attentive are you to their needs? What's your engagement like? How do you respond whenever they express a need? Do you show you care? Can they get your undivided attention without distractions, without cell phones? Any double standards? Keeping score? Tit for tat? If they complain, do you hit them with a counter complaint? If they raise a criticism, do you counter criticize? If they raise an issue, are you pouring all of these different grievances from the past on top?
Right. I think I'm guilty of some of that shit, but I also love my partner. So I'm gonna ask y'all. Do you think a motherfucker, if you ain't doing that shit, that they actually like their partner? Because I feel like to do all of that shit, and you supposed to, but I feel like if you kind of like just not doing that shit and pouring 100%, you probably 9 times out of 10 don't like your fucking partner.
They faking it. They faking the relationship.
Yeah, that's
They ain't real with your partner. So.
But you gotta define. But you gotta define 100%. What is actually 100%? Like
oh shit, she just saying she talking about like basically mentally and emotionally you being capable of being in a relationship and handling your partner's mental capacity, emotional capacity, spiritual capacity. Are you able to logically and just be aware of your partner and that you are dating another human being who has all of this shit too as well? And are you adding to it, or are you adding to it in a positive way, or are you adding to it in a negative way?
Yeah,
I feel like a lot of people drop the ball on a lot of shit she said is because a lot of times they don't like their partner and it's fake. It's a motive. Go ahead. What you gonna say?
I may not be that they don't like them. I feel like they don't understand them. Like you don't know what they trigger. You don't know what their triggers is. You don't know how to converse with them, or even what Kenya said before about lacking just emotional intelligence and understanding. Not taking it as criticism, but just understanding your emotions and understanding their emotions as well. Because sometimes those miscommunications come from, again, us just not knowing each other well enough or understanding each other.
Okay, so it should be a long thought out period of dating, a long action of dating, like before y'all.
Conversations too, after arguments, after we get over the argument, having those conversations of when you said this, I took it this way, and not feeling like a attack. You got to be able to trust them and be like, yeah, I don't. When you come in me, you walk in the house, came in me this way, I saw it this way, and this is why I was upset. Well, I don't like it when you do that, and then not. It's up to your partner to handle you with care once they understand what like your triggers and the things that make you upset.
And not get okay. What you think, Nene?
I think for when it comes to relationships, you got to set the tone for your relationship. And I think that's what Kitty was more so talking about, setting the tone. So like he was saying, like communication, saying what you like and what you don't like. You know what I'm saying? Saying, hey, I don't like the way that you talk to me. This, that, and the fourth may be a trigger for me, or this, that, and the fourth. I think you have to set the tone for a relationship, because you could be trying to think you're in a relationship with somebody and now you ended up in a situationship. And you just never know. And some people aren't getting in relationships to get married. They just only want a relationship to say, yeah, this is my girl or this is my boyfriend, and literally have no intentions on getting married whatsoever.
But I mean, at some point, go ahead, Demar.
I said, they get in a relationship for steady sex. They don't got to add no more bodies.
Yep, pretty much.
Right, that too.
That is
to be alone, and they just want somebody, anybody, a cat.
Yep. Hell yeah, dog, birds and shit. Yeah. I don't know, man. Today relationships are complicated. I think we make relationships so fucking complicated, and it's due to a lot of shit that y'all said, the lack of. One is communication, trust. like you said, they need the tone. What is your what is the tone when you what's your motive? That's one. Your tone. What are you standing on? What's your morals, your principles, and how you setting that tone with these things, with your mindset? I think today it's simply about just fucking. I want to fuck, get a nut, and I'm looking to deal with anybody that's willing to give me the vagina, and vice versa. Women looking, I want some dick. I want a nigga that can pay my car note, or a nigga that can take me out to eat. I'm just looking to just bullshit. Nobody's taking relationships serious. Nobody's dating on a real note. Nobody cares. Reggie?
So let me ask you. So within your relationships, right? Knowing the person that you are now, right? If you are 100% authentically you, are you afraid at times to tell your partner when she messes up? Like there's something that she did that you didn't like and you kept it inside, or would you just address it? And you could be like, hey, I just didn't like what you said, or I didn't like what you thought, like in that kind of manner. Like would you tell yourself that, hey, this is something I can't keep inside, and if I tell her this, whether she like it or not, it's just something that who I truly am?
Well, I've never been afraid. That's the thing with me. I've never been afraid to tell a woman how I feel. I've been more so, my problem was the response, right? So whether she told me the truth, whether she told me something, I told her something, that's always been wrong. I never either she didn't take the response well, or I didn't take the response well. But as far as telling, I've never had a problem telling a woman the truth. If your breath stank and you my girl, hey man, your breath stank. It's whatever. Like I'm open and I'm honest. I ain't never had that problem, never been afraid. It's just I had to learn that throughout the years, you have to be cognitive of how you respond to someone telling you something. So I had to learn that with Kenya, right? Because when me and her got together, she would say some shit out of pocket and I'm ready to explode. I say some shit out of pocket. She ain't more, so she not the arguing type, but she more to like her explosion would be, I'm getting the fuck up out of here. Like she the nigga that'll walk out the house. Like I was the female, like, what the fuck? What you doing? Why you doing this to me? And she was more so the nigga, like, nigga, fuck you, I'm gone. You know what I'm saying? So we had to both learn that regardless of the truth that we give each other, that we need to be able to, like Damon said, listen, communicate, understand, to respond, and not just respond because a motherfucker said some shit. So it took a lot of work, but I mean, it, like Damon said, it's work. It's work. It's communication. It's a lot of shit. And like Nene said, nobody is setting the tone. I really think she's right. When you meet somebody, you should be coming in, one, knowing what you're going, what you want, what you're looking for. And when you know that, when you meet a woman, set the fucking tone. Hey, this is what I'm going, this is how I'm operating. This is boom, boom, bam, bam, bam. If you cannot meet this, not saying it's some high expectation as list, but this is what it is. This is my tone. Can you honor my tone? If you can't honor my tone and how I'm coming, we don't need to rock. But people,
is it a bad thing if you tell your partner that and you'll be afraid of what she'll respond to? Like, because that's how most relationships are. Like, I'm just afraid if I just present that to my partner and I'm trying to be 100% myself, I just don't know if I'm gonna get the response that I know that I'm like, you know what I'm saying? And that's why most relationships, some people are just hesitant to just get the feedback of what somebody will say, even if it's from a genuine place. It just is kind of difficult.
I feel like you gotta fuck around and find out. Like you can't. I mean, that's part of being able to communicate. Even though you think they're gonna be upset with it, you still have to communicate that so y'all on the same page. Because if they don't know that you upset or they don't know that this thing made you mad, then how can you really resolve it? Then you're just in a relationship feeling like you gotta walk on eggshells when you probably necessarily didn't have to. So that's kind of like you have to be liable for that too, because you have to be able to share. I mean, be able to explain. But I was gonna say that I'm kind of like Kenya too. Like when I'm upset, I don't want to I step away from the situation first because I don't want to just say some wild shit or just say anything and I think that's also on your partner. I don't want to talk right now. Like, give me a second. Let me get out my emotions and let's have a conversation.
But see, here's the ticker, because when you think about it, what would happen if you would have stayed in that moment with your partner? and said what you really wanted to say. Even if you don't mean it afterwards, but you said it out and that's your true feelings. Because I think that's what most relationships need though too, instead of just walking away. You
But
need that moment.
your
I think
anger,
that's
when you angry,
dangerous
you're not
though.
necessarily saying what you really mean, or you're not saying it how you want to say it. You could, you know what I'm saying? Like, especially if you're upset, you feel
No,
like
but
you're
it's
being
not
attacked,
about
or you
the
just
argument. It's about the moment. Stay in that moment with me. Say what you gonna say instead of walking away. Like I
you
know
can
you was
stay in the
about to get
moment
ready
and say,
to
"Hey,
tell me
I
I'm
don't, hey, I'm like, give me a second. Let me, I'm upset. Let me cool down." Like that's
But let me
Yeah,
let me
but in
no,
those
don't.
but in
conversation about
those
this.
moments, I feel like that's when you say shit you don't mean because you're acting out
Yeah,
of emotion instead of actually thinking about the situation. Because it could be a situation where a person say, "Oh, you did such and such." At that moment, you might just feel attacked, so you just being defensive instead of actually listening to what they saying. And in that moment, you could just attack their ass back, not even about the situation. You gonna say, "Well, bitch, you operating out for that," instead of actually operating what you really mean.
let me say
Why
this
you
again.
go? That's why you go. You take a step. You recollect yourself. Come back and then talk about. As long as you don't just wait until the next day. Don't never ever wait until the
See,
next day or go to bed with that shit or be angry with each other. That's
see,
one thing
that's
that
the
But
problem.
what's wrong?
Hold on,
What's wrong with being in the moment?
hold on.
That's
Let
all
me.
I'm
I
saying.
mean,
No,
you
no,
are in the moment, but you
no.
are in the
Here's the
moment.
problem.
Sometimes
Though.
the moment, the word don't call for your anger. It don't call for your emotion. It calls for actual constructive conversation. And if we upset or angry, we're not gonna necessarily have a constructive conversation. But you
But here's
can, I mean, just walking out and not saying anything
I don't
is
know.
different from just saying like, "Hey, let me collect myself."
but
Like,
here's the problem though, Damon and Kenya and Quita. It's that you have to, because this was the problem that I had with Kenya, right? Kenya would step away from the situation, but she didn't build confidence in the relationship to where she would make it her duty to come back at a certain time to fucking address whatever needed to be addressed. It would prolong, and we wouldn't even address it the same night. We wouldn't address it the next day. It might be 2-3 days later where I have to bring it back up. So I
You
think
didn't give me a chance because at this moment I'm
2-3
still sitting
days.
there.
And then
I'm
it ain't even,
still
and then it
seeing
ain't
red.
even,
I'm
and then
not.
it ain't even about her either. It's both of y'all. Y'all in that shit together. So if she walk out, you got the opportunity to step up and say, okay, well, let's finish this conversation that happened earlier.
You don't know Kenya like I know Kenya. You don't,
can't.
no,
I'ma have that
Kenya,
conversation when
you
I'm
don't know
ready to have
Baby
that
D like I know Baby D. You don't know.
if you know that that's if y'all had that, that's like I feel like it goes back to setting the tone. If you know, hey, this is when if I'm frustrated, I'm gonna walk away and I'm gonna need to gather myself. And if you know that, then you shouldn't be taking offense to it or
But
be
you
upset. Like,
gotta
hey,
build the confidence. Damon,
the
listen.
confidence comes in the conversation. If I
No,
tell you this is how I handle it, and this is
No,
but
that's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying, build the confidence in coming back at a proper time. See, look, most times your partner would, if you got the opposite like me, where I'm more pushy, like let's have a conversation. If you don't build because you're the one that likes to walk away and reset. If you don't build the confidence in the situation to make sure that you come back on, make it your duty to bring the conversation back up, then that's going to make me continue to be more pushy because I'm going to continue to say, well, every time you walk away, we never finish the conversation. You never bring it back up. So then it gets swept under the rug. So yes, it's okay to walk away, but you got to bring the confidence you got to make it confidence. You got to bring the confidence back in that conversation to where, because you're the one that walked away, you should be the one that come back and address that conversation. But a lot of times people that walk away, they don't come back and address the conversation. They leave that shit in the air.
But I feel like it's something that you forget that everybody don't have the same type of wavelength you got. My patience is very short and my temper is very big. So it's like I'm gonna need a day or two to get my shit together. I mean, well, not now. I didn't got much better. But then I didn't have a lot of fucking self-control with myself. When I felt angry,
3-4 days.
I do need 3-4 days. I did at that moment to get my
But
thoughts
wait a
in
minute,
order.
why would it need that many days though? Like you need to reflect on why it happened.
It don't take that long.
Well, for one, I think it takes 2 days for me to sit there and really to really get myself together where it's like, okay, this motherfucker tried me, because at the end of the day, I'm dealing with a person that's not gonna come and just say, oh, this is my issue. He's gonna come and antagonize you and he's gonna get you to that point. So it's gonna take me a day or two to get back down to my normal level, because at this moment, I'm only seeing red. And we not at the point where we could sit there and have a conversation, because you had me fucked up.
And see, and that used to be the problem. She not now, but that used to be the problem. We would get into a situation. I would come to her to address what I feel, what's going on. She would then. Ken used to be more so see red right off the back. She didn't like to feel attacked. So if I made her feel like she was being attacked right then and there, she going, I don't want to have this conversation no more. Now I'm sitting there left in the motherfucking air with my emotions like I want to finish talking about it and resolve the fucking problem. But Kenya want to take 4 or 5 fucking days. And now that has weakened my confidence to believe that she's going to constantly bring the conversation back because she never does. So it's like, that make me more pushy.
So hold on. So Denise, how long would you give yourself?
Hold on, Reggie. I want to hit Demond. I got you, Reggie. Let Demond respond.
Wait, what's wrong with in a day or two you coming back and saying like, okay, you ready to have this conversation? Because we still need to resolve this.
Because Baby D in 2 days.
But nah, see, that's not what he's saying. He gonna sit there and say the first day, it went all the way up. It went from 10, it went all the way past 100. A day or two, it's gonna take me to sit there and get my shit together, not to just want to go all the way in. The second day, he's still trying to take it up to a 20. He not coming up, say, what happened. He's still with that same energy, and it's like now we back to where we started because there's no progression. You want me to deal with it now, but now we back in the same spot. So it's like me and you having the same exact argument over and over again. So I could have been over it this day, but now we back at it. Now it's
but what we learned effectively, you should have the conversation. An effective argument and a proper disagreement should be handled the same fucking day.
But I feel like that one thing we missing is that it takes personal growth. A motherfucker have to grow. You can't sit there and hold yourself at some level, and if I'm not there, then you can't get upset at me if I'm not there. And that's the problem with people. You got to take people for where they at, and people know what a person is. From day one, you always say, "Oh, she had an attitude problem. She was this, that, and the third." You knew what you was getting yourself into. So then it's like you had your mindset. You want to put this person on your type of timeline when this person got a totally different timeline. They're not at the space that you at. So you sitting there mad at them that they not being who you want to be when they never was who you want them to be. You want them to speed up to your expectations instead of taking them to where they at. It's a personal journey. And I feel like at the times you knew I was emotionally immature in the beginning. And at that moment, if you was emotionally mature, you should be like, nah, I can't deal with this. You should have did what's best for you. Not necessarily like, nah, I'm going to be with her and I'm going to make her who I want her to be.
That's true.
And I think that's what people do in relationships.
That's true. You're absolutely right. Because I did have expectations of you being a certain mature and being mature on a certain level, and I kind of kicked myself in the ass for that, because I was just like, why the fuck is you not where the fuck I'm at, So again, it's growth, right? We learn now to communicate, right? We know now that we don't even go past a certain tone now, like even earlier today, right? She had irritated me. I'm pretty sure I said it irritated her, but now we just walked away. Like I went into the garage and started cleaning the motherfucking car. Her ass went and started vacuuming, putting up the tree. So it got to that point where now we're at a point where it's like we don't even go beyond a certain tone because it's like the shit ain't even worth it. It's like I'm gonna take my moment, you take your moment, we'll recollect, and when we recollect, we're not even talking about what the fuck happened. We back laughing because we didn't grown that.
As long as you don't let it linger over.
Y'all understand each other now.
We understand. Yeah, we understand each other. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Go ahead, bro.
Yeah, as long as you don't let it linger over. Whatever the disagreement, as long as you don't.
It don't even get to that point. Though. That's what I'm saying. The arguments don't even escalate no more to that point because we, like Demond said, we know each other now. So now it's like I could look at her and be like, "You getting on my motherfucking nerves. I'm gonna walk off."
And it be real petty though. I think that's another thing too. It ain't like it's some big shit. Like I feel like once you be with somebody so long and you start living with them, y'all just start getting into a petty shit. It just be like,
we used to get into the petty. Like I used to be like,
it gets petty. Yeah, indeed.
I used to argue. I used to argue with all type of shit. Like I'd be like, why the fuck? like why the fuck? Like I don't know. I used to just come in the house and just be on bullshit, bro. Like I used to antagonize her ass just on some bullshit. But that was my.
Why the kids got this on the floor? Like nigga, you ain't finna come in this house like that. You better go out and try it again. Like they kids.
Facts.
It's growth, man. So
because he be petty. I'm not petty like him. He'll be sitting there Why
Yeah.
you got hair on the floor? But then he'll leave his
Yeah,
socks
I
around
think
and not
that's the
just
thing.
pick them up.
As I get older, I think men are more petty than women. But that's just my opinion. I think men are more.
I think Demond know that because Demond hit me with a Facebook message like, "You got to start letting it go, man."
Yeah, you gotta
Y'all be
let it.
seeing
Yeah.
memes and reels
Let it
about stuff that
Right.
we talked about. I sent it to
Yeah,
him.
Right.
It was about
yeah,
harboring.
yeah.
It was like the
Hey,
episode with somebody
real
harboring
shit though.
stuff.
Yeah, real
So
shit.
you gotta,
Demond like,
so you gotta
listen,
let that go, bro.
Yeah.
and look, ask Kenya. When I told Kenya, you said, I said he right though. He right. Like, bro, right as fuck. And I
But
gotta
it's
give.
crazy that he had to tell you that. I've been telling you this for years, but then some
It
other
sounded
men
better- it
hold you
sounded better from
accountable, and now
Demond.
you want to
Right.
It
listen.
sounded better from Demond.
So you don't pay attention, you know why?
Don't do that, Kenya.
Kenya,
Don't
Kenya,
do
they
that.
hate when we right. They hate when we
Oh,
right.
snap.
They hate it.
Hey, Demond, it sounded better when it came from you, man. My ears
It was
open.
just like a joking meme. So the delivery. You said delivery, Kenya.
Uh-huh. Yeah. So but he was right, man. It's a learning progress. But that's what we should be doing, though. We should be not just in relationship, but as friends, as family members, communicating with each other, man, and being receptive to hear what we're not willing to hear. You know, when Demond sent me that shit, I wasn't offended. I was like, honestly, I was honored that he took the time to do that, because it's like, bro, you know what I'm saying, bro? Like, that was something that was cool, like, and that's what we need. We need to be able to hold each other accountable and be like, hey, man, look, I see what you said on the panel, but hey, you get your shit together. And so I honor that and I respect that. So that's how it's to start being, and that's setting the tone, right? He letting me know, bro, like, I'm gonna hold you accountable regardless of what, and I can respect that. So, you know, we got to learn to start setting tones in all aspects, and we just don't do that shit. So that's why
You gotta choose violence. Sometimes you gotta let a motherfucker know, stop playing with me. It's not that. Sometimes you do. You gotta. Sometimes you gotta. As soon as you said violence, I don't know what you thought it was gonna be, but it's not
she
for you.
put her ass in the goddamn camera as soon as you said the word violence. That's because she violent. She
Hey,
probably
like
got
I
a
said,
phone on her ass right now.
you get too old, you don't want to do that type of stuff anymore, man. Like,
You don't want to, but sometimes you got to. Sometimes
Reggie,
somebody got
you
you
know
fucked
you
up.
don't argue at all. Okay, you a Snow Bunny. You don't
argue.
argue at all.
Can you just bring it down to at least a 5? I can handle a 5, you know.
Reggie lying, man. Listen, me and Reggie used to get into it all the fucking time because Reggie used to be on bullshit, starting shit, talking shit. So now you with this.
I don't think starting stuff. Talking, yeah.
No, you used to talk shit and start shit.
Starting.
Now he with this Zen shit. I got you, bro. But what you want to say before we go ahead and end it? What would you finna say, Reggie?
No, it was like a topic, but it's kind of like I'm following this other podcast. Her name is Shan Boudrin. I don't know if y'all ever heard of her. She's a she's I think she's a sexologist, and she was just talking about in relationships when you talk about sex, about what you want from your partners, and some people don't have those conversations with their partners about what they didn't like, certain things that you would do like during sex. Like, I was kind of uncomfortable with that, and she was just talking about how most people in relationships, they don't talk to their partners about what they want to do, what they're comfortable with, or what that suits them or whatnot. So I thought it was interesting. Like, do you have conversations with your partners about what you will deem feasible, what you want in sex, that stuff that you comfortable doing, or what stuff which you don't want to do?
Why not? Why not be comfortable? I mean, hell, I done been with Kenya 6 years. God damn it, if I gave her 2 minutes, she'll, hey, nigga, you suck. You gave me 2 minutes. Or I tell myself, shit, I gave your ass 2 minutes. God damn it, I suck. You honest. It don't fucking matter. Like, shit, you gotta be honest with your partner. I'm honest with Kenya. Shit, I got 2 minutes. That's all I had.
Yeah, but she explained it in greater context. It's like, we don't talk to our partners like, I don't like when you do it in this position. Like, it's uncomfortable.
Yeah,
like, I'm only comfortable doing
touch my
this. Or I'm
fucking
uncomfortable
butt. I
doing
don't
that.
want no butt. Don't lick my shit. Don't try to put nothing in that motherfucker. Don't try to tickle my cheeks. Nothing. Don't fucking touch my booty, bitch. Like, we're gonna start the conversation right there. I'm not in that extra ultra freaky shit. I'm sorry. I'm not into that.
No, I think women, because listen. My wife literally goes. You ever seen them videos where your wife go around and smacking? My wife got a fucking obsessed with smacking like not a man, my ass. And it's I'd be like, bro, what's wrong with you? Like, I could be
lying you, right? Like, don't fucking. You
know what I'm saying? You violate me. Like, what's wrong with you? Like,
I'll wash the dishes, then you gonna come slut me out and just fucking.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, what the fuck?
You can
So
tell
I
him, my
can
brother gonna pick me up for school. He gonna fuck you up.
exactly like you violate me and shit in the kitchen. Like what's wrong with you? So
Nigga, cause y'all do it to us. So we do it to y'all our men. It ain't like another man gonna smack you on your ass.
no, I don't feel I'm very comfortable my sexuality, so I don't feel gay when she do it, but still in all, I don't want to be smacked on the motherfucking ass. Like that shit hurt. Y'all can take it. I can't. Don't do that.
You abusing him?
Right.
You abusing him?
Look, she's doing so much.
With sore booty cheeks.
Got my 4-year-old daughter doing it now. So now my 4-year-old daughter, now she just walk around. I could be doing something. She just walk around, I'm in the room, smack me on the ass. Like, what the fuck is wrong with y'all? What is wrong with y'all? Don't do that. I don't like that. That shit hurts. All right. So yes, you best believe, Reggie, I'll be around here telling her ass what I don't like, what I do like. Don't touch me. God damn it, you violate me. So yeah, you're supposed to be like that with your partner. You got to be comfortable, man. You cannot be afraid to have a openness with your partner, man. Like
I think for women it's a little more touchy though, because it's like you got a man's ego involved. So if you sit there and say certain stuff or even bring up certain stuff, they might feel offended. Not speaking on our situation, but I think just women, I think it's one of them touchy situations. You be like, well, no, you could have did this better. Well, I don't like that. I think some men might get offended.
I don't give a fuck. I'm telling you right now. You tell my ass, whatever you tell me, I'm like, okay, well, I'm gonna go work on it. But I mean, that's just what it is. Shit.
Yeah, I don't feel like I get offended either.
No, I don't. Like I said, it's been times. I'm trying to tell you. I know it's too much information, but I didn't gave my wife 2 minutes. I'm telling y'all, this ain't a joke. I'm serious. 2 minutes, and I was done. And
how you gonna work on you pumping for 2 minutes?
What
the fuck? How you gonna work
But
on
that's
that?
the
How you
thing.
gonna look? I'm gonna work
But do you have conversations afterwards, or will she come to you afterwards like, hey, you could have been a little more? Because you gotta have those kind of conversations where it's like,
yeah, be like, shit.
I was enjoying it, but why didn't you go more? You feel
That's
me?
been, I mean, it's not. She don't be like, what the fuck happened? She more be like, okay, nigga, well, I guess shit. 2 minutes. I got mine. You got yours. Let's go to sleep. Like that's what it be. It don't be like.
No, I think it'd be a coincidence thing. I'm just like, yeah, that was some shitty sex.
Yeah, like, you know. But
That
look, there's been times I done went down on her, gave her some head, and we done been in the midst of it. She was like, nigga, slow the fuck down. You too, wait, slow down. You too excited. So
nigga, I'm hungry.
That don't right. You the fuck? I'm hungry. I ate all.
Did it serve, right?
You see what I'm saying? But it don't make me offended or be like, damn, why you? I don't want to give you head no more. It's like, shit, I was excited. My bad. I'll slow down. But that's what it is.
Yeah, baby, I'm starving. Chill out.
Right. Yeah, motherfucker, you been holding. Look, you seen that meme go around when they put the phone on the vagina? Hello, are you there? The fuck? I was wondering, motherfucker, shit. So yeah, that's the honesty. I'm trying to tell you, she just said that shit in the middle of me doing it. Like, slow the fuck down. That don't make me offended. That don't make me be like, I'm not doing it no more. It's like, oh, my bad, I'll slow down.
But
that's
I have had friends
I remember this
that.
one.
Go ahead.
Wow.
I remember this one time. This girl, she like, I was all pumping all slow and shit, trying to slow grab. What you trying to do? Make love? I want you to fuck me. I was like, oh, my bad. My bad.
You know what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying?
I adjusted quickly. You know what I'm saying?
Right. That's all you do.
But you see, communication. But hold on, Damon, you said it. Communication. She communicated.
Yeah, but he's confident. It ain't just a communication.
Wow, too.
Yeah.
What the fuck you doing? You making love to me? I want you to fuck me up. Oh. I was in the happiest time. Yeah, she would have loved this shit. Oh, nigga. What the fuck? He knows.
He listened to Genuine in his head and shit.
I don't know what this is.
Damn. See, that's what I'm saying. But it's not just communication, Reggie. He had confidence. Because he could have got emotional. I'm not fucking you anymore. Get away from me, you know. But he like, all right, my bad shit. Let me go ahead and speed this bitch up. Put it in another gear. That's all it is. It's confidence. What you was gonna say though, Kenya? Before we
I was gonna say that I got some friends that they be having like real messed up experiences, and they be like kind of scared to speak up. They'd be like, yeah, I just lay there or like this, because it's one of them things that's like, I don't know, you kind of really don't know how to tell a man that. I mean, I guess it means that you probably ain't comfortable. Maybe that's what it is.
Yeah, I think it's you ain't comfortable because look, I'm gonna tell you, look, one of my proudest moments, and I hold this still to this day, 6 years later, was when I first met Kenya and we first had sex. You know, it was always a saying going around that a man can't give head and give good dick at the same time. He can only have one or the other. Baby, go ahead and tell me. Did I not give you both?
You're sick. I'm just gonna sit there and say that. Like,
I don't want to hear that.
Good night, everybody.
You could have said anything in the whole entire world. You took this opportunity to brag about that, bro. It's crazy.
You're sick.
I just feel like the more we talk, you allow us to be in your bedroom, bro.
You crazy.
I'm sorry. I had a moment. I wanted to gloat. Okay, I wanted to gloat.
But the way you describe it, you made it feel like we were in a room together, like we were all there.
You're sick.
We're gonna start calling you double trouble, then, bro. We're gonna start calling you double trouble.
That's right, goddamn. I'm holding that name, Double Trouble. Call me Double Trouble for now, goddamn. Next Sunday,
I told y'all he is sick.
Next Sunday, I'm putting my name, Double Trouble, next Sunday. Watch. I'm on that. Nah, look, I'm quit. I'm done. Okay, I'm done. I had a moment. I'm sorry. I got off track, but we gonna end it here, man. And like always, I appreciate y'all coming on the panel. Tonight was fun. I had a good time. Damon tried to kick it off with the white man shit, but we all stood strong and we didn't fall for it.
Nene said that. She was just saying it was the white man. I just pointed it out.
Oh, that's what it was. I got you, bro. Well, I appreciate y'all like always. And until next time, we gonna rock out until next time. So please subscribe, follow, share, like. I appreciate y'all coming on. I appreciate everybody that was in the chats watching it. Much love. Just trying to build over here and have fun doing it. And anybody that's in the chat as well that's watching, if you want to come on the panel, you're more than welcome. It is an open panel. You are more than welcome to come on. If you know somebody that's on the panel, just get with them. They'll send you the link and you come right on, or hit my DMs up, Facebook, Instagram, and I'll respond to you. So yeah, follow Thugging It Out podcast, Kenya podcast as well. She growing that shit. This motherfucker she growing faster than shit. This girl, she moving. So follow her, like, subscribe on her shit as well. We on YouTube. So yeah, we appreciate y'all. And yes, this is Talk of the Family, where some families steal, some families are fake, some families lie, and some families are real. But this family, we talk, we have fun, we laugh.
Oh, one more thing. I want to give my compliments. Tiffany, you look so cute with your hair. I just want to give that compliment. Because I was watching.
Thank you.
You pandering, bro. You pandering. You just said you don't like black women. You pandering. You told us you don't like black women.
Hold on. I do. I still
spit you out, G.
Why you on bullshit?
What's wrong with giving compliments when it's true? And I ain't gonna lie, she was so pretty. I'm like, damn. I was
Go ahead. You gonna come back way different. Your shit gonna be cornrows and everything. You ain't gonna have
Hey, when you get on next Sunday, you still gonna be crazy.
You gonna be talking loud.
Right.
You gonna be like, you gonna do say if I do say so myself. Happy as
you gonna be like, you're my snow bunnies. Fuck those snow bunnies. I am all about black.
I love chocolate.
Right.
That's that caramel, that caramel, baby. That's that caramel, baby.
She put it on your ass.
All right, but you still look good though. I ain't gonna lie, you still look good.
Thank you. Y'all check out my interview. Tell the viewers to check out my interview.
Yep, Thugging It Out podcast. Tiffany, she got real honest and transparent, y'all. That's something that her story is inspirational. Y'all just gotta watch for yourself.
Yeah, I was almost in tears. She definitely she was talking her shit. So it was pretty cool. Look at this. Look at this violent person right here. Hello, violent. Hello, violent.
Oh, that's Nene.
Yeah, that's the violence right there.
Oh, Nene, nah, she cool.
They trying it, girl. They is definitely trying it.
Y'all need to get up off of me, child.
Nah.
Everybody need to be cruising for a bruising. Everybody down.
Hey,
cruising for a bruising.
Cruising for a bruising. Nene, you showing your age, okay? Do not.
I am. I need to stop.
That's Rugrats, ain't it? That's Rugrats.
Right.
I know,
Well,
right?
look, man, I appreciate y'all. I know y'all ass got to go to work and shit like that. So y'all have a good week, and we're gonna kick it off next Sunday at 5 o'clock as always. So please, I'll see y'all again, and we see y'all the links and better topics. Also, if y'all got topics, send them to me. We're gonna talk about it. All right. So y'all have a good night. Be safe for this week, and I'll talk to y'all next Sunday.
See y'all. Have a blessed week.